Sorry. Okay. I know.
Or a giant ape.
A giant ape with barbarian levels scares the shit out of me.
Actually, a giant ape's large anyway, so no smaller than a horse.
Okay, so we're up to session number 36 with this group, and so far no one's died permanently except for Dr. Dark, which was a few sessions ago.
Hello.
Well, hey, you are technically the first PC who's died permanently.
Really? I thought a few other people died before me.
Not that the player's still in the game. Normally they die after the player steps out.
That's it. I'm quit. I'm leaving. That's it. I've had enough.
Well, on-screen death.
What about the ones up north?
Well, you don't know what happened to them, so you don't know if they're dead or not.
That's right.
So that's still in the background.
Yeah.
They may still
I'm
survive.
sure I killed you all.
That's Schrodinger's party.
They're just Schrodinger's dead. That's right.
Until you find out otherwise, you assume that they're still fighting for their lives. They may show up next level.
That's right, Professor of Pain.
Unless, of course, you're actually being returned to what they think is your true self.
I don't know. It's face off, face on, I don't know.
Okay, so you had spent some time relaxing after examining the dungeons under Quasqueton and not actually finding out what happened to the heroes, except for one had been turned to stone. Why he'd been turned to stone you hadn't found out. You didn't have the magic to fix that. So,
2 levels and we can do it.
Fortunately, he plays it.
you can always come back and do
Come
that.
back in 2 years and we'll do the stone to flesh.
And unfortunately, you weren't able to find out what happened to Rogan.
That's alright.
Seems to be a common thread in this party, to be honest.
Go back at 9th level, we'll have legend lore and we'll be able to figure it all out.
Come back and Dimitri will arrest you for
I think that's a
trespass.
hard spell.
The problem is, I think a lot of other hands will have touched the place by the time you make it back.
I think so.
And time does have an interesting thing when you showed up at the city of Verge and found a tower in rubble, and on the Tuesday night game, they're actually there while the tower was still there. And they're only a year in the background. So a year ago, the tower was there.
Look, all I'm saying is we should probably knock it down so Dimitri doesn't get it.
Okay,
It's a high
so...
place, that is.
But Dimitri is a hero of the nation, so he has the most chance of actually getting it.
Yeah, but he's also a bit of a dick.
Well, but of course, Dimitri's mentor's tower.
And then they heard about the wraiths of Ringrise and decided they would go fight some undead. So they did the traverse across the country. Sort of hand-waved until we decided to look at the rules and then rewind a little bit, then decided to hand-wave it after all. Unfortunately, looking at the rules too closely could be rolling for encounters along the way. There are a lot of werewolves in those hills.
Well, not true.
Let's go back and kill the werewolf.
Yeah.
They don't,
Anything that keeps us outdoors for a bit longer.
they don't necessarily have treasure.
No,
That's why they attack people.
I'm happy where we are.
But they do
we
have
hung out
XP.
with halflings.
Not necessarily. You don't get any XP for killing them.
Oh, god damn it!
The halflings were happy to
Then they arrived in the Five Shires and had to pass through getting papers.
Yes.
And amusingly enough, you almost got sent back.
Yeah. That would have been really awkward.
Only because it came with a parent spy.
Well, it was part of the problem that you said you came from their most hated neighbour, the Black Eagle Barony.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Total misunderstanding.
Technically, he did come from the Black Eagle Barony. He was a slave there.
But because you're a slave, it's okay.
But he also said slaver instead of slave.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
So that was a slight miscommunication. Hiccup. You fixed it.
Yeah.
They didn't kill you on sight, and you moved on.
All's well that ends well.
At which point you ran into one of the people who helped him escape, the bosun of the ship he served on. The ship he can't even remember the name of. You can't even remember the name of the captain.
I can, I just don't want to talk about it.
Obviously, his character had a bit of drinking at the time,
Nero
and
Nicholas.
apparently blanked out many years of sea travel.
Amazing.
So Little Miss will be able to name the ship and the ship's captain anytime she wants, just to mess with Nasty if she wishes to.
Fair enough.
So that's completely up to you if you want to drop that at some point, because he couldn't remember and he was put on the spot.
The reasoning will be, of course, if that captain of that ship has a sending stone. The pair of Demetrius.
That would be interesting. And so they traversed their time in the Five Shires, reaching a mining village where they found out after some investigation that the race of Ringrise are a group of fire-aspected orcs who live underground and come up and murder miners who are delving too deep.
They do come up though.
That's right.
But they don't actually leave the mine.
Just to clarify, are we talking like under 12, under 8?
The miners are under about 3 foot tall. Helps them with the mines.
Because it's a lot cheaper if you can get, the young labour. Trust me, I was part of it for a while, so I know.
Miners for miners?
Well, they prefer the old labour because that way it keeps them occupied and away from the food.
Miners for miners doesn't sound so great.
What I'm worried about is it means that, hey, if we're going to explore those mines, someone's going to be ducking.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm short for a human, but I'm not that short.
And you're being told that most of the passageways are capped out at 4 feet.
Great. Awesome. So I've got, 13 inches to duck down.
Most of the tunnels, but we've got to find
Yeah, so
a
some of them are
nice
showed
open
up.
cavern near the surface where we can draw them out.
They've never been reported outside of the caverns.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
alright.
that's what I
We're
mean.
gonna go.
You don't want to roam around, get lost.
Polymorph doesn't last for long enough.
How long does it last?
Like an hour.
I'm sure there's plenty of time for you to get stuck.
Ah. Remember that time when my prize warhorse was like... Splinched.
I could turn it into a giant worm.
My name is Dr. Worm.
Okay, so on the table today we have David.
Ah, hello. I'm David. I play Plyman. Plyman is an Ethangarian psychopath. By psychopath, I mean noble horse master, barbarian. He's awfully fond of fighting, not really fond of messing around with the whole talkie-talkie, but it seems like he's doing it more and more recently.
He's learning that talkie helps.
Yeah, he's really, really fond of riding his horses, and in the entire campaign, I've never actually rolled a ride check. Well, actually, never rolled anything to do with riding horses. It's awesome.
Looking forward to it.
But it's a major aspect of your character. You feel so great about that.
Yeah.
Next
Levels.
time when you take the person who's the weapons master and you find out you talk your way out of every situation, you won't feel bitter at all.
Yeah, what about the Pathfinder campaign where I have a diplomat who always ends up in fights?
I find that funny.
Yep.
As character building.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like rain.
Well, then you have the person who has optimized it for exactly what the campaign's doing, and then basically never does anything else,
Yeah, that's boring. Anyway,
and never fails.
on with the horse mastering.
So, you are
We
the
said
horse
name.
master.
Yeah,
Next
name.
up is Martin.
Hello, I'm playing Willie Toscobble, a bard from Darrakan City.
With the bagpipes.
He has bagpipes, also a lute and a lovely kick drum, as well as a djembe drum as well.
So we do have a nice picture there showcasing what he looks like.
So he's sometimes known as Willie the Coward, or Crippled Timmy, or Willie the Sewer Hunter, or the one who floats to the top.
He who floats.
Turds
Does he
always
introduce
rise.
himself by those various names?
Yeah, King Willie, the finder of lost children and biographer of the merchant Prince Redrian.
I'm still uncomfortable about King Willie, the finder of lost children.
So I'm here because I belong to the College of Law and I like to investigate things. So history, investigation. Let's do it.
And Ridrian was hiring investigators.
That's right.
Hey, Plowman was actually escorting, when he first joined this party, Plowman was escorting
Chum.
Chum.
Yep.
So he's just wandering.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Forgot about that.
And now you've decided to stick with the people that you escorted him to.
That's right.
You haven't been given any message jobs. Or escort jobs.
Yeah, I was
You are
escorting
the
a
escort.
messenger.
You're getting a share of the treasure.
There's been so much.
That's right.
You got 500.
I mean, it's not an equal share, because half of it goes to Dimitri, but...
What do you mean half? I thought it was about 90% and the drakes went in for everyone
Bloody
else.
well is, too.
Considering that complex was worth far more than 500.
Yep.
Right.
You could probably easily have dropped 500,000 gold on that complex and not even come close to what it was built with.
So,
I understand.
the deciding factor when we decide to leave the party
Yeah.
might just murder Dimitri on the way through.
We'll ransom him.
What I will say is that Plowman does consider Dimitri the leader and always does his best to follow and protect him because he seems to be the most intelligent member of the party.
Well,
It
obviously.
does help.
Apart from the weird albino, but the albino is more like book smart, whereas Dimitri's book and street smart most of the time.
Okay, and the next person we have here tonight is Emrys.
Hi, I am playing Nasty Stump, a fighter slash surgeon slash
Friend of the
upset
people.
ex-slave boy, I guess is what's going on at the moment. He's a little bit torn and some memories from the past are coming up, but he's going to confront them very soon. And he's been doing a bit of reading in the last month to find ways to deal with it. And I think I'm looking forward to how it will go.
Nasty can read.
Yeah,
he-
Nasty can read.
Yes, he can. He's wanting to learn how to be a better surgeon, as in which parts to cut off first.
Okay, I like to think that my doctors can can pass a medical degree. I'm always disappointed, but I like to think that.
I didn't technically pass, but I did take the one from Dr. Dark's body and scribble out the name. So it's kind of close.
Was he a
That's it.
doctor of medicine? Are you sure he was a doctor of medicine?
He couldn't read it.
It said doctor, and I didn't really pay attention. It's probably a wanted sign. I didn't pay attention, you know.
That would be funny if you show up a wanted sign. Look, here is me, Dr. Nasty. Come see Dr. Nasty. At least it's better than Dr. Stump.
Well, yeah, I think that would probably be worse. Although it does kind of sell what I'm into. You know, there's no ambiguity. Dr. Stump.
Well, it could be
I know
Dr.
what he
Nasty
does.
Stump, so I'll make sure that they know it's going to be a Nasty Stump at the end.
Please polymorph him into a worm.
Well, I think polymorph someone into a sloth and kick him off a cliff and then they die.
Next one online is Grace.
I think that would work.
I am playing Little Miss. I am currently on shore leave from my pirate ship, and I've been offered adventure and treasure from Rhea in exchange for basically following him around and doing whatever comes up as needed to be done.
Yep.
And apparently you got left behind last time too, so you'll have to show up with a new person. Which brings us to a person
What do you
who...
mean I got left behind?
As in, they rode off without you.
But you caught up.
They had a month downtime. They showed up at Verge. You weren't with them, and then they went off on an adventure.
So, should I just not be here today?
No, you caught up.
You'll be showing up with someone else.
Or, in fact, your month off, you went to the Five Shires for something, and we caught up with you.
That could be true as well. I was going to introduce Stefan, but unfortunately he disappeared again. So next person up is Jeremy.
Greetings, yes. I'm playing Dimitri, who you've obviously heard quite a bit about already so far. Obviously, by far the most important member of the party, as far as he's concerned, anyway. But generally speaking, he is a learned scholar from the but native Caldaran, which a lot of people would think couldn't possibly be learned at all, since they're just peasant scum.
Well, I thought you'd go with Gypsy Scum.
I would have thought, no, generally from the fighting point of view, I thought they were more peasants rather than gypsies.
They're a bit of both.
Uh,
If you think European Gypsy is very close to what most people think of them.
Yeah, but so I probably rate it from the fighting point of view, particularly the fact that no, they're more the superstitious peasants.
Yep.
Because they don't really move around a lot. They do just sit at home and board up the windows and the doors at night.
There is that. They started doing that, but they do have members of their people who have travelled. So
Absolutely.
there are some of them that are the gypsies, and some of them are the I find a hole and hide myself.
Yeah, I was visiting my mum and dad. So.
Okay, so next person up online is Mark.
Hi, I'm playing Kiki Lefleur, a acolyte from the Wood Elf realm, who has been told by her priest leader to experience life because all she does is sit in the temple all day and doesn't do anything else but worship her patron, the Father Son. So she's told to go out and venture things. She goes, I don't really like that. I want to stay in there. And you get told to basically kicked out of the temple. So she's been told just to come back in a year or 2 or 3 and just experience life a bit.
And in our terms, that may be about 100 years.
Spread the good name.
So you worship Father Son from indoors.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So.
Now, why would you do something silly like go outside?
I know. It's like she loves the forest, she loves the temple, she doesn't want to go anything else. But I suppose she's been told to go experience life. So.
Well, if you ask Plum, it would be to murder and conquer.
Okay, so you met up with Little Miss while experiencing life to the south of where you have spent most of your time, and find yourself in the Five Shires. At which point you do hear about a group of adventurers going to help the troubles at Ringrise, and you find out Ria's going there, so you end up showing up before they do because, well, they did take their time.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
And if I'm there early, I'd like to spend time and help support the common people who I believe are the real people of the world and things like that. So, yeah.
Common people.
You want to sleep with common people?
Who wouldn't want to go adventuring with...
No, that's Bella.
Shatner.
Are we called Dimitri's Chosen? That's their party name, isn't it?
It's not like Dimitri chose you.
Yeah. I mean...
So is that
it works
Dimitri's
as a title
Unchosen?
Because it implies that he did
So,
choose us, but he didn't.
Martin, I'll be there, like helping mending the halflings that might have got injured or something like that before the party arrives. So.
Okay, so every time you mend one, the line continues to go out the door. Each of them asking you to fix whatever boo-boo they have today.
Halflings are.
And I do it with a smile because I just think this is wonderful work. I'm doing it for the Father Son. So.
Oh Jesus, we've got a.
Can we roll a vomit check on that?
You could, except your character wasn't there at the time.
I voluntarily fail.
Because remember, when Willie shows up, Willie does something very similar.
What do I do?
You put the healing spirit in the middle of the town for them to dance through.
That's right.
That's true.
So, you already witnessed that and didn't do a vomit check, so...
Let there be sound. Prestidigitation. And there was sound. Let there be light. Like Kendra. And there was light.
Let there be halflings.
Let
and
there be
they're
drums.
everywhere.
Kick drum. Let there be guitar.
Just be careful you don't play too many dwarven tunes on your bagpipes, or you might get lynched.
I don't know. Let There Be Rock may well be a dwarf song.
I wanna rock.
When you start singing Diggy Diggy Hole, you might be in trouble. Yes, David knows that one
All
well.
right. So what time is
Stuck
it?
in my head for a month.
Is it
Okay.
breakfast or second breakfast?
So, as you guys have finished your big healing montage, which they did last session, at which point you notice a little mist coming through the crowds towards you because you did make a spectacle of yourselves. And it was the first time you actually were quite obvious in this town.
That's right.
Hey.
Let There Be Rock!
Hey, Weird Elf is here.
And let's face it, when you come in through a crowd of halflings, it's not hard to be seen.
I don't think Willie has met on this.
Big in Japan.
Well,
Oh,
he
you
has
don't
not.
know her. She is smart.
Okay. Another, what kind of class?
You were there at the. She was there at the Cosquiton before you had the.
Oh,
time.
okay, before the off time.
So you have met her, but you
Okay.
didn't actually get introduced.
Alright.
Hey, look, Smart Elf is back.
Alright, Willie Toscobble at your service.
I am Little Miss.
Alright, Willie by name, Willie by nature.
You mean Wiley?
And it's amusing that she calls herself Little Miss when she stands above everyone around her.
How tall are you?
6'2" or something?
I'm 4'8".
Oh,
And she stands above everyone around her.
Still taller. Yes.
right.
We are talking a field of halflings here, like I said. It's not hard to be noticed as you walk forward.
Yeah, I'm big in Japan. Hello, Smart Elf. Welcome back.
What mischief have you managed to get up to in the last month?
Oh, don't even ask me. I just follow. Maybe ask
Sorry?
Dimitri or apparently our new leader. I don't know.
New leader's off drinking somewhere.
Oh, by the way, I don't have Wave anymore.
What happened?
I swapped. I have Whelm now. You remember?
No, I was there for that. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there.
Well, some other stuff happened. Anyway, I have Whelm now again. I don't even know. Wait, who has Wave?
Rhea.
Rhea.
Your new leader.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, Rhea has Wave. We lost other halfling. Stump's still here. He's been talking about you a bit, I guess.
Is Rhea around?
Just off talking on what is definitely not a mobile phone right now.
Currently interacting with her god, I'm sure.
Yes.
His god. Hard to tell sometimes. Eladrins are so, same.
Typical elf. Oh, by the way, we're going to kill these, not undead, but actual orc things.
Yes. In the mines.
Why are we going down the mines to kill?
To help the halflings.
Yeah, halflings get ambushed and killed by orcs. We thought they were undead. Rumors said undead, but now we find out the orcs. They keep killing halflings. I don't know that that's... are there any halflings around?
Yep. There are hundreds of
Many.
halflings around.
I don't know that that's such a... I mean, that's a terrible thing, and we want to make sure we help them.
Wraith seems like a very inclusive term.
Oh, by the way, we have a tag-along. This little shit named Basil Evershade. He treated horse like shit, and now he got kicked in the head. It was kind of funny. He's, I guess, squire. He looks after horses now.
Hang on, he treated a horse badly and now looks after horses.
Yeah, it's
He got promoted.
yeah, it's kind of funny. He lost his job. He got fired. Some other stuff happened, and basically he looks after horses. You have not met my horse, by the way. Well, my horses. Turns out my big horse doesn't like him, so he's scared of him. So he does good job. Otherwise, he knows he gets kicked in the head again.
Okay, that's good.
I thought
Last one is for him to be mistreating them.
so. I wouldn't worry about that.
You hear the sound of a horse neigh and a sickening splatter.
I'm just picturing it doesn't say nay, it just says no.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like in English.
But he's not like huge. He's not like Clydesdale size. He's actually quite small. He's still a light warhorse, just a bit of badass.
Yeah.
Do I notice Little Miss yet, Martin, in the halfling area? Because I'm currently mending and healing. So
Yes.
I'm an albino that's 4'8", so I'm taller than all the halflings around me. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm 6'1", so yeah, you probably stand out like me. Yeah.
God damn it.
So, yeah.
enough.
I go.
Yeah.
I get all excited and I see you and I go, little miss. Oh, hello. How are you? And I get all of a sudden go up and give you a big hug.
They know each other.
They've had a little time to travel.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell is that?
What's going on right now?
Don't know.
I've come up here to help these, these innocent halflings because they're such innocent things, and then I'm noticing all these other people are here. Are these your friends?
What the hell is that?
I point to Nasty Stump and go, well, he is. The others are adventuring companions.
Oh.
Murderous psychopaths.
So I'll go around and
You say potato, I say potato.
I'll go shake everyone's hand and go, oh, my name's Kiki, my name's Kiki, my name's Kiki, my name's Kiki.
Has Kiki talked to Little Miss about why she's out in the world?
I'm sure she hasn't stopped.
I would have been very nervous talking about that I need to adventure the world, and I haven't met many people outside my wood elven.
Little Miss will smile smugly and say to Kiki, so if you need a bit of world experience and adventuring, this is the party for you.
Oh, really?
Particularly if you're worship a sun god and like to be indoors.
Do you point her specifically
ever go
to
outside.
one of the characters and say you should ask them lots of questions?
No.
Probably good idea.
Thank you.
Okay, so 1, 2,
We
3,
go
I'm
to the
going to
mines
roll
now.
2. I go up to Willie, because I just rolled the dice, and I ask him all these questions about all his adventuring and all that kind of stuff. So what kind of adventure have you done? And I'll just keep saying things till you tell me to stop.
Apparently, you've now got the attentions of a elven lass, more than twice your size.
Okay. How about we learn by doing and go to the mines?
If you've seen that gif where Homer backs away into the bush,
Yeah.
that's exactly what Flyman just did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Martin.
Yep.
I start running interference and trying to very sternly dissuade the halflings from continuing to try and get healing from the gullible, generous Kiki.
They've already been healed up.
Well, they just keep asking her to kiss the sore spot.
Yeah, and I keep doing
Goddamn
something
creepy
myself.
halflings.
Yeah.
I never said that they weren't creepy.
All right.
No.
Maybe let's go to the mines and go on an adventure rather than staying where the halflings are.
That sounds so exciting. Let me get all my stuff.
In seeing creepy halflings approach and Little Miss trying to get in between, I will intervene as well.
Yep.
And look scary.
Okay.
I'm going to just look at the creepy halflings and try and figure out which ones I know.
Most of them by now.
Can we include him in the description of creepy halfling?
I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of them think of you as their second cousin, so they can ask you for stuff.
Or either that, or their inspiration is creepy halflings.
There's that too. Some of them are walking around like you do now, using your mannerisms.
Like they own the place?
Pretty much.
Yep. Sounds right.
Sounds like to me, true.
So it sort of looks like you got about 20 nasty stumps walking around the room,
Oh, Jesus! One was too many.
all using his accent completely.
Can I borrow a D20 for a second?
Many.
Uh-oh.
Nah, we're good. Plowman realizes... Plowman can tell the difference.
And you grab your gear, for some of you.
Just.
And you get ready to head off to the mines.
Yeah.
They're giving you directions. It's about half a day up the mountainside to the entryway.
Great.
No worries.
Halfling directions. Just what we always needed. I'm beginning to think that maybe this town doesn't need saving.
Let's go find out.
Hey, on the bright side, it's not really going to be half a day because they have short legs.
That is true. You could take your horse and be there in less than quarter of a day.
Or I could leave Basil to look after the horses.
You find Basil. He's on the ground unconscious.
We go 5/6 of normal speed, so let's not be...
I gesture to Kiki.
Mm-hmm. Hi, big man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. See, dumb little boy here. Do you think you could maybe make him not be half dead?
Yes, and I'll slowly cast I'll cure wounds or something like that on him, Martin.
Okay,
And
you cast Cure Wounds on him. He wakes up and screams.
Stop screaming.
I hug him to
Yep.
stop the screaming. That's it. I give him a kiss on the cheek and say it's all going to be okay.
He looks and says, "Who's the strange elf?" Bad
Oh,
touch, bad touch.
He is your best friend to make sure you survive. Now, here's the deal. We are going to go for a walk, and we will be back whenever we're back. You look after horses. If you try and run... Now, Jesus, what's his name? Then Regem will find you and drag you back.
But Regime just kicked me in the head.
That's okay, you probably pissed him off.
I said hello.
You're very annoying. I will speak to
You
Regem.
can see Regime just giving him the evil eye and the tail just flicking off to the left.
I will speak to Regem. He will make sure. I will tell him to maybe cut you a little slack. Yes.
He does have one bloody hoof.
I can talk to horses. And then if we get back, when we get back, if you have looked after horses, okay, maybe you get paid a little bit.
I probably need it for medical expenses, he says, grumbling.
Yeah, we'll make sure if you're still alive, that you'll continue to be alive afterwards.
And I give him a little pinch on his cheek and give him a tap on the head going, well done, little Huffing.
No, Kiki, we don't be nice to this one.
He gives you a glare saying, "I'm not a little kid. I am a whole 30 years old."
God,
He is,
sure
yeah.
you. I'll tap on the head again and sure you are.
Roughly years.
And I go, okay, I'll leave him alone now.
From an elf. You were born yesterday.
Okay, at this point we have a Stefan back at the table so he can introduce himself.
Yes, I'm playing Rhea, the Legend Sorcerer.
Second leader of the party.
Yep. Who is currently in winter season thing.
So currently very icy to everyone.
We met Kiki. She's creepy.
Hello!
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
So Rhea, this is Kiki. Ran into her on the way. She's been sent out to explore the world and experience life for, 100 years or so. Felt that this would be a good educational experience for her. She heals.
Okay, are you paying her? Because I'm not.
No,
I do this all for my,
Comes out of her
all
shit.
for the father, son. I look up at the sky. I look up at the sky and I go, all for the father, son, and hold my arms up. So.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
even-
heard that one before. Your share can come out of Demetrius's share. I'm not paying you.
I'm okay with that.
I'm also fine with that.
I'm loving
I think
the
everyone but Dimitri is going to be fine with that.
I'm not a leader,
Oh.
remember?
No, that's fantastic leadership. That shows that she's looking after our interests.
Mm.
You've earned a little bit of respect from Plumman.
So Flamer definitely
and
considers you his leader.
and
No, Demetrius still the
Yeah.
leader.
Well, I'm
I'd
causing
like to
pain.
ask
Demetrius chose
Maria, can I give her a hug for such a gracious introduction to the party?
Kiki wants to give you a hug.
I'm using FaceTime.
So you go and hug and there's just air.
Oh, aren't
Nothing
you
but
little
air.
quick one? Oh, I'll catch you one day, and I'll wave my little finger ready.
Plumman attempts to impress upon Regem the need to not murder
Crazy
Basil.
eyes.
Remember that kid?
Crazy eyes.
So
yes,
while you're
yeah.
having your communion with your horse starts querying you on why you're allowing such an obviously idiotic kid to survive. Shouldn't you be, letting the laws of nature, eradicate such poor excuses for living from this world?
Look, I do it. Plumman impresses upon Regem the need to cultivate plants as opposed to letting them die, as sometimes...
But don't you
they
get rid of the
can-
weeds so the plants can grow?
Sometimes they can be useful when they don't cost any money, because worse comes to worse, we can still eat him. I say that in Ethingarian and look very, very... Oh, wow.
You hear laughter coming from outside the stables.
I'm just going to
Who's
step
the
out for
guy?
a second. I'll be back.
The guy who runs the inn.
Ha! Anyway.
It makes spoke it to you perfectly, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, so try and get Regem. Also, it'll save you from having to look after all of the other horses. Also, it's kind of funny.
So, breaking bones is fine?
Please don't, unless he tries to run away or he hurts one of the horses, or, I guess, one of the halflings.
I could do one bone at a time.
Please don't. Look,
Bruising.
Try and... That's fine. Just don't actively go out of your way to do it unless he makes a mistake. Give him a chance to be better.
So I punish every mistake.
Sure.
Okay, deal.
Oh well. It's been nice knowing Basil.
Hey, I gave him to you to teach, so
Yeah, I gave him to Regem to teach.
okay.
Well, the horse seems quite eager now. Has that look of he's gone to battle.
Cool. Whatever.
And you look at all the other horses; they're also looking at him and then copying his stance.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. I go back to the innkeeper and tell him that we'll cover the medical expenses of the boy.
You sure? I'm sure he can just walk it off.
Try not to let him die.
I'll try. Depends on how badly your horse bruises him.
Just as long as he can walk and can tend to the horses, I'm good.
And should I try to obtain some sort of mule for him to ride afterwards?
You know, that'd be great, actually. That would be absolutely fantastic, because he's not riding my horses.
That's okay. We'll try to find the foulest one for him.
Generally one that's quick, but if it smells and tries to kick him, that's okay as well.
That was what I was aiming for.
Thank you. Alright, I'm out. We're gonna go try and kill some stuff.
Yeah.
Preferably not halflings, but go for your life.
Look, we're not gonna kill halflings unless they end up...
Unless they
being
deserve
the
it.
orcs. Unless they end up being the orcs.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh. Alright, I'm out.
So are we ready then?
Okay, so Playman shows up.
Dimitri steps up, stands up from the table in the tavern where he was, avoiding the rest of the party, going outdoors doing all that other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we have...
But having seen you come in to talk to the innkeeper, okay, so we're on the way.
And you step outside, and there's what you can only describe as a perky elf.
Hello, you must be Dimitri. I've heard so many good things about you.
Like I said, perky elf.
I've ready my shield.
Undoubtedly. Greetings.
Greetings. Such a knowledgeable fellow, it seems. So, I hope to learn so much from you.
I have much to teach.
Sorry, I had the choking outside of character there because I didn't really want to say that, but I had to. Okay, so just let me know.
Fuck, I love Dimitri.
It is funny. Okay, you have directions. You start heading north.
No worries.
You quickly head to the goat's path, heading up. So, what you thought was only going to take you, a little bit of time, actually does take you half a day to trudge up.
It's fair enough. Horses probably shouldn't be here.
And it is, and your legs ache from the strain of going up a mountainside. Most of you don't climb mountains.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't have a
Guardians
horse.
don't climb mountains.
I'm using my legs.
Planes.
Yes, but the planes are sort of like this, rolly, rolly, rolly. This is sort of
No,
like
we're putting up
that.
our hands to say
And
no.
the steps.
Say we agree we don't climb mountains.
Oh, I kind of
Normally
do.
it's a few steps
Steps.
at the steps up to the Redrian's house.
Alright, I'm exhausted. Man, I'm a barbarian. Rah.
No one's penalised, they just saw.
I'm good.
And you see the mine entrance, a whole 3.5 feet tall.
As we start to go up and realise that it's going to be a while to get there, Dimitri's going to pause and let you guys go ahead, stop for 10 minutes, and then catch up again.
Do you want to be a
Did
halfway?
anyone ask the obvious question here?
What's that?
Orcs are a lot bigger than halflings.
They
How are they?
They never come out of the caves, though. So the orc area of the caves might be bigger. You never know.
Well,
They
there might
might
be
lube
short
up before they slide down the tunnels.
Yeah,
So
fire orcs might be short.
I asked a silly question. So, are these all small fellas like these halflings?
We know they're purple. They have no hair. They
Purple?
try to put themselves back together. They have an
Ooh,
affinity
that
for
sounds
magic.
good.
They
Ooh.
bleed but don't age, and traps haven't worked on them.
Oh, interesting. I'm writing this down at the top. Get my little pen and paper out and I'm writing this
Good
down.
point, they don't really
Yeah.
sound like orc.
No, they don't look like wraiths. They could well be made up, and that'll be a quick mystery to solve.
Go back to horse riding.
Hmm.
So once you take off the mask and figure out who the actual mystery person was at the end, and say you and your damn dog
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those damn kids.
Yeah.
and their dog.
And their meddling dog.
But yeah. So Dimitri will go for doing a ritual for Phantom Steed.
Yep.
So
And so, not long after you reach the mine entrance, you realise that Dimitri's been riding his whole way up
Makes sense, I would too.
on Magic Horse.
If I knew we were coming back out of this entrance, I would have taken my horses too.
well, that's just it. You said Phantom Steed disappears anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yes.
should rephrase that. If I cared about my horses, if I didn't care about my horses, I would have brought them.
So Dimitri's the only one who looks, well rested.
Dimitri's a baby back bitch. Alright.
And you see along the tunnels hanging from the roof, their lamps unlit at this stage.
Do we know if there's been any halflings in and out of this mine?
Not recently.
Right. Maybe they're goblins.
Could be anything. Lead on, Dimitri. Trap finder.
Oh, well rested.
So both Willie and Nasty look down the passageway and see it lit up quite like daylight.
Well, it looks quite normal to me. I reckon we should just go down there.
So how big is
Special
the
about
knob?
our vision.
It's perfect for me.
You can see perfectly fine.
How big's the tunnel?
Someone who was a human may not.
Right.
Well, no, I've got no dark vision because I'm a halfling and I see perfectly.
Because it's the black flame.
The lamps
I'll
aren't lit
look
by
down
common
the
flame. They're lit by black
It
flame.
looks dark and closed in. Very, very closed in. There is no sky. The walls seem to be closing in further and further.
Martin, I've got 60 feet dark vision.
Yep.
I think as elf. What do I see down there? Do I see anything interesting at all?
You can see the passageway seems to be about averaging between 3 and 4 foot, with a foot hanging a lantern every 30 feet down it. That seems to be unlit.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything down there, but there's a lot of lanterns unlit at the moment. So, I think maybe the smaller people go up front because I've got to bend down a lot for this one.
Do we,
I'm too.
for us, is there like black flame in the lanterns?
It just looks
Or just
well lit.
light? Okay.
It's just well lit for you.
I'm happy to cast a light spell on something if you'd like to carry that.
Shield.
Alright, cast on the shield.
Okay. Your shield lights up. Ding.
Hopefully on
What
the
colour?
outside.
What colour would you like?
Pink.
Someone yells out pink.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
pink's
cast
fine.
pink light on that shield. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so apparently 2 people cast light on your shield. On the inside and the
Pink
outside.
seems completely in keeping with what sort of colour Kiki would choose too.
That's right.
How about you cast your light spells on something different?
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. I look around and I'm rolling the dice on this
Maybe
one.
this elf get to 7th level.
So, nasty stump. What do you got on your? What do you hold on to at the moment?
Well, I was
The
going to
oldest
talk to
of
Martin,
the
but
world.
Martin, is it okay if I fix my legs while we had a month off?
It is okay if you fix your legs, though they're not going to work too well in here.
No, but what I was going to say is, can I have ones that fold up?
Autobots transform and
I
rise
would
up
say
legs.
you would have to do crafting on that one.
Or pay a craftsman.
The locust.
Or pay a gnome. A gnome would be up to do it.
Maybe I paid a gnome with my 500. Can I have done that?
You can have done that, and you can have some clockwork legs.
Plummet is
Excellent.
quite happy
All right,
to
I have
assist in
clockwork legs that
negotiations.
fold back into normal side when I need to go down like little tunnels. So I'm wearing my legs.
And it sounds
Okay.
like you have spurs on your feet when you walk.
Oh, that's amazing.
Partner.
Now, Nasty Stump has a. Does he have anything on his headband, a head, or his arms?
I've got a nose, 2 eyes.
Do you have a stuffed crow sitting on your shoulder like your picture?
Yes.
Okay, he's got
Good.
the stuffed crow on his shoulder.
I cast pink light on that.
Okay, so your stuffed crow glows with a pink light.
Yes. The eyes are
I'm
glowing.
confused, but not unhappy with this.
It's got red eyes now, glowing, looking at you.
Fair enough.
Back in 3.5, there was a prestige class where you had to be a divine and what's the other one?
Arcane.
Arcane caster, and you could
Mystic Theurge.
Yeah, the Mystic Theurge. You could make
Combine spells.
is it the Mystic Theurge? No, the guy who he made a lot of robots and constructs and shit.
Arcanist.
No. It was a prestige class back in 3.5.
Okay.
And basically, I looked at making one, and then I made one, and then it had to be an elf because it took so goddamn long to actually make these. But you could heal them. They were really, really cool. But you could also make like a bird or something else. You could turn a creature into a thing. It was so cool.
Okay, so you've got your glowing shield. So did you do the light on the inside or the outside?
Please
The outside.
Just thought I'd ask. So the inside goes bing, turns off after the crow lights up.
Okay.
You can now see again, but you still have this pink after effect.
Now, I can turn you into a halfling.
For how long?
An hour. When we get into let
Or
me know.
permanently,
See how we go.
swish.
Yeah, if we get to combat.
All right.
So taking him off at the knees will bring him almost down to height.
Pass.
I'm not sure what happens to his gear though.
No.
Oh no, actually I can't. I can only turn you into a beast, not into a humanoid. Sorry.
Well, that's halfling, isn't it?
Not from a halfling's perspective.
All right.
Apparently. No.
I'm sure that will go down well with your horse.
Mule. Yeah. All right. Let's lead on, Dimitri.
So is Dimitri going first?
Well, Dimitri's happy to. He's going to actually tie some additional padding, like sacks or something, to his knees,
Yep.
and then
Go down on the knees.
put on a pair of gloves and crawl down the passageway, I guess.
Okay, as you pass the unlit lanterns, you feel deep cold coming from the lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
So they are powered, they're just not giving you any bonuses whatsoever.
No, that's
Ivan,
right.
being the manliest of mans, thinks that Dimitri is a sook and just goes in on his knees, his bare knees and bare hands.
Okay.
Like I say, Dimitri will stop at say the second of the lamps, of, like noticing the first one was cold, and then noticing it happens again as he goes past the second one, and he'll actually go to have a look at it and see, okay, what's the mechanism of them, interest about them. So.
The lamps don't have anything particular with them, but the closer you get to it, the colder your hand gets.
Okay, and they're actually effectively freezing to touch, are they?
Do you touch it?
I'll certainly aim to get close to touching it, unless my hand feels like it will freeze off.
You basically feel that if you touch it, you'll take cold damage.
My theory, Dimitri, is that they radiate black flame, which only halflings can see.
Which is a great security mechanism. It'll take the people who can see you like daylight. And you're going, sneak, 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 sneak.
Yeah, no need to turn invisible. Get advantage on attacks. If they don't see you coming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I can attack.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Okay, so you start crawling along the tunnel. You figured out that, and you see it goes on for probably about 100 feet before it hits about 3 branches.
Yep, so, okay, having gone probably 50, 60 feet down and realised that, hang on, yep, like it's still going as far as Dimitri can see with his dark vision.
Yep.
He'll suggest that, well, perhaps one of those that can see normally should go up front.
How about, you right to do that, Nasty Stunt?
I can do that.
Nasty's the hero today, as you go forward with your spurs.
I wander down. But I want to, just in case we do run into them, I want to try and be kind of nonchalant, like I'm meant to be there, you know?
So you're pulling weapons out or carrying a pickaxe with you?
Look, what I'd like to be actually doing is I've got my notebook that I use to put all my designs in, right?
Yep.
So I'd like to hold it like a clipboard, like a quality control kind of thing.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'd like to
Walk
be,
around
as
the
I walk
clipboard, so
along,
no
I'd
one
like
asks
to be,
questions.
yeah, I'm investigating the walls. I'm touching them every now and then to make sure that, you know, they're the right design, all that kind of stuff.
I am a halfling and I'm inspecting a hole.
Okay, so
Exactly.
as you're coming along, you can see there are doorways with writing in common. It is not unusual because the halfling language is currently lost at this stage. None of the halflings of this region know it.
Have we suggested checking into the fridge?
Well, the dwarves destroyed all knowledge of it in the halfling culture.
So that's Phaeacian?
So they know Phaeacian, yes.
Cool.
So they've had to take on one of the tongue. They didn't want to take on the dwarven language, so they took the Phaeacian
Good
language.
move.
Nice.
They'll be dependent.
They see the dwarven tongue as the slave master tongue,
Exactly.
as with the orcish tongue.
In the Underdark, there's a race called the Dero, the slave race of the Duergar. I hope and they're all clinically insane, so maybe
They're
the
amazing.
halflings fit that niche.
There are halflings that do fit that niche.
But we party with one of them.
Oi.
Hello.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Not too
The
surprising.
one who floats to the top.
And you hired one as your horse kicker.
That's right.
That's true.
Crazy
So
eyes.
your horse gets to kick it on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the horse can't get into combat, the horse needs to have some practice.
Mm.
Well, you've basically convinced him not to do bloodletting, so he's now just going to go for what interesting bruises it can create.
Yeah, well, the good news is, the good news is he's probably not trying to kill, because if he was,
He'd be dead by now.
oh, he'd be very dead.
Okay, so you see that there are basically branches named after food.
Okay.
Cool.
So you got one around bread, one around fish, one around pork, one around... So the more you start looking and writing down, the hungrier you get.
Well, I'd like to go down the first aisle. Which one would that be?
That'll be the bread aisle.
Let's go down the bread aisle. I'd like to flip to a new page,
Yeah.
type bread. I want to put today's, dungeon date. I'd like to put a couple of fake numbers to make it sound like I'm an inspector of some sort. Being someone of such a reputable sort as me, this is something I should have a rough
Just
idea
keep
on how to do.
moving.
Hey, can I go to... if Plannon's leaving at the time, can I ask Plannon, this young Nasty, he seems a very intriguing character.
And you're saying this while on your hands and knees behind someone on their hands and knees.
Yes, you're
That's
quite
right.
He is very, very intriguing. You know what you should do? You are a very kind person. You should go and ask him about his past and, get right into it. Find out what makes him tick. Because he'd love to share his story.
You're a
Does he?
fuck.
Oh, sounds like an interesting
I
character.
might chip in
Thank
there
you
and
so
say
much.
maybe not in the middle of a dungeon crawl.
Little Miss will pipe up and say, Kiki, that's something to do over a short rest, and make sure you have some egg.
Okay, that sounds a good idea, Linus. I'll take your advice.
long rest while he's trying to sleep.
Well, he doesn't need spells. He's a fighter.
Okay, give me a perception roll for Nasty as he's the one up front with the light source, blinding everyone.
Alright, here we go. First dice roll of the night. And it's a 17 plus 1, so 18.
Nasty's the one that doesn't need a light source, isn't he?
Yep,
But he has one.
he was given one. Okay, so you see pink glints in the floor here and there.
I stop and go, hey guys, there's glints. Can we just make sure it's not a trap? and I take a look for a trap.
Dimitri,
Okay.
hang on.
I guess.
Dimitri's happy to crawl past you and have a look at your niche.
While Dimitri falls past me,
Yes,
I just
please.
pat him on the shoulder.
No, Dimitri's second, so he's not going past anybody except Nasty.
Okay, I was going to give you guidance, but stuff you. Okay, it's okay.
Oh no,
I'll-
that's
I'll-
Let him
Because
investigate,
they
ask him
convicted
to
of it,
investigate, then let him
That's
investigate.
fair.
How wide
Oh.
is this cabin thing?
It would be probably about probably give it about 8 foot wide.
Okay.
Thick with
So it's enough that you can have 2 or 3 halflings abreast,
Mm.
depending on how much they've eaten recently.
So can we
Dimitri coming forward
check the traps?
Yeah,
around
there's room to get
Nasty.
past.
What does he see?
So what did you get on your perception roll to find traps?
Perception of +8, 23.
23. Looking around, you don't see any traps in the area.
No, but what do I see that he was concerned about?
You can see bits of pink glinting off the floor.
Mm-hmm. As in like metallic or mineral type glinting?
Sort of a metallic pink on the in little bits on the floor here and there.
So, yeah. It's all clear they're just leftovers from the mining process.
Okay. Can I scrape at one of them with my sword? Just, obviously I've got to check quality to make sure that it's not,
Okay, you scrape a bit. Everyone hears the scraping of metal and
Oh,
stone.
Jesus. I mean,
Like nails on the chalkboard.
I don't know how.
Keep moving, Nasty.
And yes,
You're not
you,
actually expecting.
All right.
you do move the little bits of pink around.
Cool. I would like to keep moving.
Okay, you move on carrying your pink light with you.
You can pretend to make notes in your clipboard when somebody of the Nasty's watching.
Sorry, say again?
I said you can pretend to make notes in your clipboard when somebody of the Nasty's watching.
Yeah, imagine how suspicious
Yeah,
that
I'm just
looks.
gonna-
There's 2 halflings and a whole bunch of really tall people hungered down. I'm just here to inspect the walls.
Yeah, no, these guys carry my provisions. It's all good. I got it covered. It's all right.
These are my papers.
Well, they are on their hands and knees with
I
their
can
packs
move
on their
on.
back.
He needs a lot of paper. He's writing pretty comprehensive notes.
That is very true.
Although most of you might actually have to drag the packs behind you.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Okay, so going down this passageway, you find that you've come to a lift shaft. It's about 3 feet wide, and it goes down.
Does it look like I can safely go down the lift
Dimitri
area?
will come forward a bit and see where the lift actually is at the present time, or look for a mechanism to bring the lift up.
There is a rope,
Mm-hmm.
and it dangles all the way down there, as far as you can
Okay.
see. And for Nasty, you can actually see that it goes down maybe about 300 feet,
Okay.
with side branches all along the way, every 20 feet.
Yeah, so there's a pretty safe way for us to get down, is what I'm thinking.
Well, assuming you can bring the platform up.
There is no platform.
Oh.
So they normally just climb up and down the road.
Yep.
I start climbing.
These halflings are certainly a lot fitter than I would have expected.
How deep is it?
So Nasty starts climbing down the road, does he?
Yeah, he starts climbing down the rope, and then the light disappears for most of the people at the front.
Can I look down?
You can look down, you can see this bright pink light down there.
Alright.
Because there's this bright pink light between you and everything else.
Can I judge how far it's going down?
Not with that big bright light in the middle. Like someone shining a torch in your face, sort of. Light.
Apparently, it goes down a considerable distance, probably of the order of 300 feet.
Well, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
It sounds like something that it would be unusual for, even if the miners normally went down. I can't see them climbing up that road every time.
No. Surely there's something at the bottom.
Okay, so as you get down one level and come to a shaft, You see written on the wall an arrow with emergency exit, pointing up to the rope.
I believe he's
Right.
talking to you there, Nasty.
So we're going. I see a sign that says emergency exit. So this is the right. This is like the back way.
So maybe we'll just come down the conventional way?
Well,
Well,
we
no,
do wanna
because
get-
then they'd see us coming.
We do want to get deeper, and this might be a quick way down to the depths of the mine.
Yeah, and guys, we are not going to get an accurate report if they know we're coming. We need to let them not be aware that I'm on my way.
So how far down is it?
The shaft apparently falls about 300 feet.
That
With
sounds very
the-
risky.
There are multiple shafts coming off it, obviously designed that it's a single emergency exit lane for multiple areas of the mine.
Right. Do we have an easy way of floating down there, like with levitation or something like that?
Well, at 3 foot wide, you could pretty much side scale it using your hands for most people.
I'm okay at acrobatics, but not athletics. I don't know what skill it would use, but it sounds dangerous.
Climbing is normally athletics.
It is athletics.
Well, I'm not going to risk climbing down 300 feet. Happy to, if we pull
There's
the
a
rope
rope.
up and tie people to the end of it and then lower them down. Does that sound okay?
You can see more logical to me.
Alright, let's do that. So pull it up.
Pulling the rope up, you pull Nasty back out of the hole.
Oh, do you want to untie it? Do you want to,
Oh,
like if there's weight on it, I'll just say, do you want to stay there and then we'll lower the rest of the party down?
Or
He's only
potentially,
gone down about 20 feet.
Oh, not 300?
He had gone
Okay.
down 20 feet
Oh.
when you
he,
pulled him
he
out.
hasn't gone all the way down.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, go all the way down then if you want. Or do you want to tie yourself to it, and we'll pull up the slack and then lower you down so you
How
don't.
many people are?
yeah, sure, that's fine.
How many people are confident of climbing a rope up and down, or a 3 foot wide passage?
I imagine that
Does anyone?
Nasty
the
is.
people with high strength
Yeah,
like
I assume
climb it
Nasty
and
was because he was having to go down. I'm saying, does anyone else?
Well, I'm 6'1".
I'm willing
so
to give it a go. I mean,
yeah.
it can't be any worse than falling off a mast.
I think 300 feet is a lot
It's a very tall mast.
bigger than a mast. Yeah.
Depends on the mast.
And the ground will be a bit harder than if the falling into the water on a very stormy night.
I think it makes sense.
Oh,
It'll just take us 10 minutes or so to lower everyone down.
I would the only suggestion I would make would be whether or not it's worth sending at least a couple of people down just to make certain that it's worth going, everyone getting down there, there's a way to go. So,
I'm
I think
happy
it
to
will
go
be.
down as a like.
Okay, so Nasty will tie himself off on the end and then we'll lower him down. And then he can report back.
Sounds good.
Okay, so the end has hooks on it. So you could actually use that as tie something to it quite easily,
Nice.
or hook something on it.
Cool.
Before Nasty goes down, can I just touch him on the shoulder and say, "Good luck, my young friend,"
Touch me where you like, baby.
and
So that's the yes.
that's a yes, and you have guidance for 1 minute. A D4 on any ability check.
Nasty.
Plus, any other problems you'd like to take with that?
Yeah.
Hello, I just lost everyone for a minute. Sorry.
And entertainment during work comes out of your pay.
Oh, are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to
Kiki.
Nasty.
Nasty.
Oh,
He
okay.
seems to be quite happy with getting the elf helping.
Okay. I'm still. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm kind of going, whatever. I'm always helping people, so I don't really know any different. So.
So there were hooks on the end of the rope.
Yeah, there are hooks on the end. It's designed to pull things up and down.
Yeah. Is there? But there's nothing around that might be able to make even a platform or a few planks to make it easier to stand on or anything like that.
You don't think they use this for that sort of thing? They do have a pulley above, which you can hook the rope over.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
We'll test to make certain that the pulley is solid, secure.
You can guarantee it's been tested on halflings.
Well, that depends upon how often they test their evacuation system.
I'm sure it's been totally tested.
Mm-hmm. While Nasty's going down, and probably potentially if the couple things go there, Dimitri's actually going to do a bit of a ritual and set up an alarm spell around the area, just so we're less likely to get surprised if someone comes up while we're trying to manipulate the mechanism.
I think that meets with approval from the leader. Yep.
Okay, so once Nasty starts going down the hole, all the things that were glinting pink now glint brightly white.
Cool.
You did have a pink light after all.
I did.
And it takes about 5 minutes for you to reach the bottom.
That's cool.
Pull it back up.
I'm assuming that the, like I say, obviously Nasty's fairly light and easy, but who are we using to do the pulling up and down?
Well, I was hoping Plarman would do it.
I mean, I'm guessing it might take more than one or
it's
two.
Fine with it. It's fine with a 35 pound halfling, and I'll be the next one.
Are you kidding me? I could lift it with one hand.
Yeah. So if you can lower me down 300
No,
feet.
please don't drop me.
No, well, you're down there now. You've unhooked yourself. We've drawn the rope back up. Then I hook on, and then if Plarman can lower me down, then the next person can have a go.
Done. Plarman agrees.
Okay, so the two of you...
How good are you at climbing, Plarman?
Pretty good.
Does that mean you're going down last?
Dimitri's going to ask about it after we finish getting up the alarm and things like that, and notices that you're the one doing all the work to go racing up and down. It's just going to inquire, I presume that means you're going to be left behind, so I hope you can climb down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not terrible.
Do you want some extra strength before I go?
Always.
All right.
You kidding me?
I'll cast Enhance Ability, so it gets bull strength, so I have advantage on
You
the
feel your
strength
muscles getting bigger and bulkier.
Right, so it saves me from having to rage going down there.
check. That's right.
And how long does that last for?
Rage, just headbutt a rock every
I think
time.
it's an hour. So if we take 5 minutes
Should be
each,
enough
I'm
time,
sure
yeah.
I'll get down.
Okay, so while you start lowering the third person down, the two of the halflings are down there. You can see one of them's got this bright pink glow coming off them. Easily to tell where the bottom is. It's where the glow is.
Mm-hmm. Put my shield on my back after I've lowered everyone down and climbery down arena.
Okay, so while we've got the two halflings down there, they can both make a perception roll.
16.
Are you up there, Nasty? Or down there?
Sorry, say again?
Make a perception roll.
Perception check, please.
You're getting attacked while you're the only two down there.
I can make
Am I
that
getting
happen.
attacked, am I?
Well, it depends. If you make perception, you might know about it. If you don't make
My
perception, you won't know
internet's
about
a
it.
bit bad tonight, so I'm losing a few words every now and then, sorry.
So give me a roll, please.
A perception.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Martin?
Yes, please. Can you give me a perception roll?
13?
13. Okay, and you had a 15?
16.
16. Okay, so Nasty doesn't hear much happening in the background, but our new friend Willie does hear the sounds of deep guttural voices coming down a passageway to the right.
Alright. Now, did you say we had a light source down here?
Yeah, you do. You've got this really nice big
Nasty's
pink
lit
glow.
up pink.
Who has? Who from?
The crow on Nasi's shoulder.
I'm just gonna change Wi-Fi's. Give me 1 second.
Can I? Is the crow real?
No.
Can I put it in a bag?
You can.
All right. I'll put
You
it.
have to get it off your shoulder though.
I'll just say to
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
how about we be a bit stealthy
You guys
and
hear
we
me
put
better
this in
now?
a bag?
We can hear you better now.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I lost every second word for a little bit there.
Do you mind if I put the light out by putting your bird in a bag for a bit?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You hear the sound of guttural voice. Well, sorry, Martin hears the sound of guttural voices coming towards us.
Oh.
Yep.
Is there a way to give you guys a signal?
Yes, you've just put the light source I've been using to navigate into a bag.
Yeah, if you turn that light off, I ain't going anyway.
Okay.
So,
Well,
bink, and someone's
presumably,
That's a good
who
signal.
was
Right,
going
we'll turn
down
it back on.
third?
All right, and then I'll go hot, and this I'll encourage nasty stuff.
So it's between Kiki, Little Miss, because Dimitri was still setting up wards.
I'll go down.
Well, and Rhea.
That's fine.
I didn't think Rhea was silly enough to go down before everyone else had started going down.
I didn't think it likely. I said it's possible.
I look at the strong barbarian and I go, I hope you can hold my weight. I'm only, I'm very, very heavy. You look at me like a thin little rope.
Give him a kiss for luck.
Yeah.
So you said it was a side tunnel.
Mm.
Are there black flame torches here?
There are none down this stick.
Okay, so we can't see.
You're looking at, you put the thing in the bag and it's like, bink.
All right.
Whoops.
Can we hide? Is there some little alcoves or anything we can hide in?
You could, because technically you're hidden now because you can't see what.
No, I mean, I can pull the thing out of the bag a little bit, just enough to find somewhere to sneak into.
I would like to stand very calmly and look like I'm meant to be there.
Well, I don't think that's going to work on the creatures.
I'm gonna try.
All right, so you want to have the light? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. You can go hide.
Okay, I
And
want
I'd
you
like
stick the
to
bird back on
sit
your
there
shoulder?
with my notebook, and
Okay,
I
if you want the
don't
bird,
want to
I'll
look
go
threatening.
hide.
I want to.
Hey guys, just FYI, I can lift 700 pounds.
Can the rope support that?
I don't think so.
I don't think the elf is 700 pounds, so she's safe.
You probably could have the Eladrin and the elf at the same time.
Only 90 pounds, the elf.
Yeah.
She's very light and splendid.
Cool. You're a light load.
So the elf and the sorcerer, but I think there's only one hook, or is it lots
It's
of
one hook.
Yeah.
So there's only one hook.
Yeah,
that's
no, it's
safest.
just making sure that
Yeah.
just seeing how laboured Plumman would be.
And plus, being a 3-foot wide hole, you couldn't really stick two people down at the same time.
Plumman
That's
could
right.
literally just be like,
There could be multiple people on the rope at the same time.
Just not down
Find each
together.
other.
Okay, so you see the light come back on again not long after. So you can see a side passage off to the side where you can see a main passage with a rail system of some sort. It doesn't seem to be made out of metal. It seems to be basically grooves cut into the ground instead of
Like
actual
runners.
runners instead of actual laid stuff.
And are the runners, do they go along the tunnel that the rope's lowered into, or are we in a little side tunnel?
The ropes are lowered into the tunnel with the runners.
Okay, and that's
And
the main tunnel.
It's the main tunnel. Seems to go east-west of where you are,
Okay, and the noise is coming from the side tunnel
which is coming from the north.
towards us.
Yes, towards you.
Okay. So it's coming from the north in a side tunnel. Does that side tunnel continue to
No.
cross?
Which just
Okay.
ends on the passageway.
Is there another north-south
And
side
the-
tunnel nearby?
There are many. And the
So-
one you can see in front of you, it doesn't seem to have been cut. Seems to be naturally forming.
All right. Well, I'll go to the next north tunnel and just get in there and peek around the corner, and watch the decoy do his thing.
while this is happening, I would like to reef Kiki back up.
Yep.
Well, I guess the light's back on.
The light went off for a moment and then came back on again.
Is it pink?
Yep.
It's the same pink light.
Same pink light.
I don't know. If
What-
pink
what-
There was a
What's going
signal
on?
there. No one explained to you what the signal meant, but
Did
there was
you
a signal.
say anything?
Well, we're 300 feet down and we hadn't pre-prepared. So.
Cool. Long Kiki back down.
I mean, I could sing a song up there, but wouldn't help with the stealth.
I don't know.
Okay, so
I'm
yep.
Kiki's confused, but she's going to go along with it. So
So you go into that little enclosure. It seems to have what appears to be a desk with dust and dirt on it, a ledger, a block of cheese, cheese knife, bottle of wine, half drunk, 3 glasses.
Where's this?
In that little side tunnel you went into.
Oh, on the
Yeah.
cheese stuff. All right, so it's 11s. Okay.
It's a halfling wine.
Okay.
Are you trying to tell me you wouldn't expect there not to be a snack
A
snot
little
in
snack
a
station.
halfling wine?
All right. I'll hold off for a moment.
I'm
but I'll-
surprised there's anything left there.
They must have really been scared of something. Okay, so cheese and wine. I'll just keep it in mind.
And it looks to be aged cheese and aged wine.
Yes, it's like 100 years. Well, yeah. I mean, if I can pocket that without making a noise, I'm happy to.
Kiki is suspended. I'm not moving up or down.
Pink lights on, so.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, so suddenly Kiki makes it all the way to the bottom.
Oh, that was interesting.
It was pretty much free fall for half of it.
I would just say.
Whoa.
Stealth time.
He is
Kiki.
such
Stealth time.
strong muscles, that guy.
Stealth time. Kiki,
Anyway.
Stealth.
And so when you're lowered into the passageway, your shoulders up is still in the hole.
Shoulders what, sorry?
Oh, yeah. 'cause
Shoulders
3
up is
feet,
still in the hole.
only up to her waist. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's quiet time. No need for running commentary of your own actions.
Okay.
As you're looking around, you can see passageway all around you.
All right.
Fine.
If you bob down, Kiki, and just follow me, we'll go hide in
Yep.
the corridor.
Okay.
Blyman
You should
attempts to
do-
lift up the rope again.
Has no problems lifting up the rope. Because I'm assuming someone unhooked Kiki by that stage.
All right, and I will cut. So my light spell. Who cast a pink one on the thing?
Me.
Someone else.
Kiki.
Kiki.
Okay, so if I cast a red one,
Then his shield will go bink and leave
So-
everyone upstairs in total darkness.
doesn't Dimitri have a light as well, or he's got goggles?
He's got goggles. But it'd be funny. He's like, "Wah!"
Well, I guess that would stop you. So
I've got a torch. But alright.
I mean,
What's the concern?
if I cast a red light to signify stop, there'll be no light source up the top because it replaces the light spell that I cast earlier. And I better check if I
But
walk
we
out of
didn't
range.
talk about colour of light to make any signals.
Yeah, but I reckon
Blyman's going to stop.
I reckon it's a universal symbol,
I believe the range is where you have to be when you first cast it,
Right.
not to
so
sustain
I
it.
can wander off.
Because you don't sustain it.
Yeah, it just sits there for an hour. Okay, so yes, so me casting a red light on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
So as you go to pull the rope up, your light goes out. Everything goes dark around you, and there's a red light down the hole.
Well, I'm already pulling the rope up.
The red light's getting closer. This little red, thing's coming up the shaft towards you.
That's a bit concerning. I stop pulling the rope up.
As you stop pulling the rope up, the red light stops.
How far up the
It's obviously
how far up
following
was
the
red
rope.
light before he stopped it?
It probably got up about maybe 50 feet.
Blyman's
Okay,
good.
so,
He lifts up the
so
rope.
it's still about 250 away.
Yep. And then he continues pulling it, and the light continues again.
Okay.
Hey, Martin, while
Yep.
I'm down here, can I roll a perception check?
Sure, give me a perception
There's
check.
nothing to see down the shaft. You're all good.
No, I've got 24 and I've got dark vision of 60 feet. So
Okay,
No,
so
so I was talking to.
So, looking around you, you can see that your new best friend Willie has gone into a side passage labelled Snack Stop.
yep. Now I know halfling because I know the
It's not-
language.
well, actually, you can't.
Halflings
because
don't have a language.
They
I don't
don't,
know.
even- they don't
No,
know
sorry.
the language, so even if you knew their language from before they lost it, they don't have it
Yeah.
written anywhere.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So knowing their language means that you may know it, but they don't.
That could be my life's work.
No, that's okay. So
Other
and
people do know it.
do I hear anything as well, or not really?
But is it our
Sound
language if
monkey.
no halfling speak it?
What did you roll on your perception?
24.
You hear the winch up above you pulling, then stopping, and then pulling again.
I'm not a winch.
Okay.
There is a thing that you're pulling it over.
Oh, really?
No,
Yep.
Oh.
Which
I
is
thought
a
I
winch.
was just
like
like,
a pulley.
A
Yeah,
pulley.
there's like a. block
It
and tackle.
squeaks.
which trust me, Tamika's a lot happier about because it means the rope doesn't get nearly as much wear going up and down.
Oh no, there was no
Martin,
like
has there been any change to
jagging
what's
on the
happening
rock.
for
It
me?
was just
What was that, Emerus?
Has there been any change with what's happening for me?
No, you've got this glowing bird beside you, as well as a bird on your shoulder.
Yep.
Considering she is very pale and glows in the pink light.
Well, at least her legs do. Bit hard to see the rest of you.
Yep.
She did bend down so she could look around.
Okay, so Kiki, if you'd like to come over to the snack station and be very quiet, that would be great.
Okay, I'll do that. Sneak, 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 sneak.
Okay, roll me a sneak roll. With disadvantage.
She just did. She just went, sneak, 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 sneak.
Do you have plate
Okay.
armor or something?
Scale, I got scale mail.
Clink, clink.
Okay.
Well, that's fucked. That's a 4 total.
Total of 4, is that a natural one there?
No. It was a 3 plus 1.
Okay, so
Your
clink,
sheet's not that
clink,
good.
scrape, scrape, clink, scrape, clink, scrape, scrape, thump,
I think
clink.
Can I find an alternate hiding spot?
Possibly, but she's following wherever you go.
Okay, well, I'll take her to the snack station
Yeah.
and say, try and be quiet and eat some cheese. If you
Now, can I check on that cheese whether it's a good cheese? Because it has to be up to a good value for me being a elf.
wish. It's 100
So-
years old, at least.
Well, it looks like it hasn't been touched for about 10 years.
10 years.
Can I do an insight check on the cheese? See if
Sure,
it's
give me
actually
an insight check. And we'll see if we can
Vintage.
determine if the cheese is actually cheese.
Okay, 18. That one.
And apparently, this cheese has not deceived you. It is cheese.
at
It's
least
not even
I-
part of the moon.
So, would you like to cut
I-
the cheese?
I look around and make sure no one notices me cut the cheese first.
Apparently, you are being watched cutting the cheese. So,
I pretend to be ladylike and cut the cheese. And then I taste it.
it is quite fragrant.
So you
Is
pretend
this
to be
one not
ladylike.
fart
So what do you actually
I
be?
don't know.
And
you went
you
dead,
and you
Dimitri,
know-
so didn't you?
There's wine there, and wine goes great with cheese. Do you open the wine bottle?
I open up and have a sniff and see if it's up to standard.
Okay, so while you're lowering the next person down, there is this
I'm not lowering the next person down. It was red.
Oh, okay. So
Okay,
it's still red.
so I'm listening for the noises.
Yep.
Have they gone? Or
And while you're listening, there's this big pop right beside you.
So,
okay.
You know you can send her back up, right?
All right.
And then the sound of liquid pouring into a glass.
Okay. Kiki, can you be really, really still
oh,
the
sorry.
next
sorry.
minute?
Okay,
just be
I'll wait till
still.
they went out. Oh,
Act like
Okay,
an
I'll question.
elf tree. I'm sorry,
Elf
just a
tree.
normal tree, because elf trees probably walk.
Tree.
But
okay. I can't. No, I kind of put myself in a position where I've got both arms up in like a branch type situation, and I'll wait for the signal to stop it. Okay, so yeah.
I've heard of
So what
people.
you're saying is you're pushing yourself against the ceiling.
Just like helping hold the ceiling up.
Like in an MMO, was Kiki carried to 7th level?
Well, she's lived a cloistered life.
Look, she
She's only been lived in the local
Okay.
forest, and she hasn't been outside
Alright.
there.
Which she may have spent the last 70 years getting to level 7.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If you can
Maybe.
just be still, I'd like to hear if there's any creatures about.
Yes, I'm here.
You nicely point out Nasty Stump to Willie.
Oh no! I'm smarter than that. I'll have to admit.
You are.
I am, but I'm
Not
still.
demonstrating so far, but
No, because I'm still used to this adventuring thing. And I go, I nod, and I just pretend to be a tree. So
Shh, very, very quiet.
Now,
You're hunting rabbits.
is Nasty Stump doing anything to stuff up our stealth?
He's standing there with a light source.
Well, there's that. But he's a decoy now. So, can I hear anything from that side corridor?
Give me a perception roll now that you've got everyone else being quiet for a second.
Okay, I got 5.
You got 5. You're having a hard time not, holding your composure with all the noises going on around you. The person standing in the middle of the corridor with this light source.
I mean, I'm not
And
saying
the
there's
sound
that
some
of the-
tree that's got in the mind.
in his mind, Willie thinks he's Indiana Jones, but he's not really anything like Indiana Jones. But Anyway, I'll roll
Did
my
we
eyes
say
and
that
nose.
got distracted by me cutting the cheese?
And then the next thing you notice, you realise you're hearing this grinding noise before you realise it's your own teeth. You've been grinding your teeth and listening to it closely, thinking, "What the hell is that noise? That's really."
All right.
Oh
that's
crap!
me.
That's me.
Okay.
Can I use my Elf King sentence and roll a 14 on perception?
Yes, you also hear Willie grinding his teeth.
And I look over Willie, give him a look of disappointment, and go put a finger up to my mouth, and go back to my tree form. So
I can't see her, so it's,
I know that's one of the amusing parts.
yeah, there's no light in this corridor, so
Okay, so you don't hear anything.
So don't
Obviously,
anything.
nothing's coming.
okay then. I'll go back and cast. Like, does Nasty Stump have a helmet?
Nasty Stomp. No, he doesn't. But he does have long hair.
Did you say he had 2 parrots?
No, one.
Right.
One stuffed bird.
You've got a block of cheese you could cast on.
Well, I've got a.
But that would require him actually sharing the cheese.
How about we stop that? All right, I will cast.
There might be the odd stone or 2 in the mine.
I've got a piece of chalk, so I will cast a green light spell
Yep.
on a piece of chalk and place it underneath so those guys can see it,
Yep.
and obviously the red light will disappear.
Okay, so the red light disappears from the hook as you pull it over the lip,
And now there's a green
and
light.
and looking down, there's a green light down there with the pink. There's a pink and green light downstairs.
Can anybody cast lights? Anyone?
Well, I don't know who cast the other pink one on.
Dimitri, you can't make light at all?
Dimitri?
Oh,
No.
Dimitri can make
No,
light.
it was Kiki did the pink light. and
Well,
she's
do
downstairs.
you want to go next
Oh,
and then they can cast some stuff for us or something?
Little Miss can make light.
Yeah, cool. Could
Okay.
you cast some light for me so I can see, please?
I
Right
can
on
do
this,
that.
right on this here shield. That'd be perfect. The outside too, please.
So
On
I
the
will.
shield.
Yes.
You don't
please.
want me to do it on like the roof of like the.
No, shield,
Shut-
shield, please.
Okay.
So you have no problems finding and touching the shield, following the voice because there's no real lights around here.
Of course, Dimitri doesn't guide anyone because he's just that kind of guy.
Well, no. Dimitri stops pulling out his lantern and lighting it. He puts it back in his pack.
Just one resource you don't have to expend.
2 nights in a row. Okay, so yes, do you use any particular color, Little Miss?
No, just a soft yellow.
So a soft yellow light is coming from your shield.
I always say you are most useful of party. Who goes next? Go away, Android Siri. No.
So
Oh,
are you're lowering the next spellcaster. That's a great thing.
Oh shit. Okay.
So Little Miss is going down.
Again, I have a torch. I just don't want to use it, much like Dimitri.
I'm not going to cast light again.
You say that.
It's a cantrip. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, but it would cost the light up the top, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, I'm assuming that we're going basically from lightest to heaviest.
Okay, so as you're down there, we're going to have Nasty call out his armor class as a couple of arrows come flying towards it.
One more than whatever you rolled. That doesn't
Okay,
work,
so
does it?
I'll
16.
roll
Yeah,
a
that can go.
d4, and then I'll roll it to determine your armor class.
No, Martin. That's fine, because they've got +2 on their attack roll.
I like that.
No.
that is perfectly
I've got a
fine.
16 AC.
You got a 16 AC? Okay, where is my monster? There is
I'm
one.
sure they've got at least +2 on their attack roll.
300. What's the full damage for 300 feet?
Well, I can tell you directly in Pathfinder.
I think it's like 20d10 max.
Damn. Okay.
Which
We
one
can't
is
take
it?
D10 or D6?
Maybe d6. I don't know.
If it's long enough
Okay,
where
it
it'll
used to be
take
D6.
multiple rounds for you to fall the entire way, it's probably too far.
It is multiple rounds to fall. I think
Yeah,
you
it's
fall the
true.
maximum of 60 feet each round.
It's too far.
So that'll take you 5
no, no.
minutes.
6 is the maximum.
60 feet's what you fall if you got feather fall.
Oh. How far can you fall in one round? Why
I
don't you look
believe
that up?
it's 300 to 500 feet off the top of my
Anyway,
head. But
let's go.
So you can do it in one round. Okay, so
Okay.
arrow comes flying past, almost knocking the bird off. Another arrow comes flying past, almost knocking the bird off. Apparently they're aiming for the bird. And then a third one comes flying past, almost knocking the bird off. Embedded in the
bird's
wall.
one that's lit.
And behind you, the wall just catches a light as the arrows ignite, hitting the wall.
That's concerning.
When we talked to the guy up at the village, he talked about there being gas down here that's flammable.
Yep.
Is that what it looks like?
No.
Oh.
So the arrows combusted.
Right.
Oh. In fact,
Because they
in
never let
fact,
anything of theirs be found.
the good news is it is D6 damage rather than D10 dice. The bad news is the maximum is actually 20 D6.
Yeah, that's too much.
and
You know what? I might survive.
that's only if you go 200 feet. So it's only the last 200
If
will
you
hurt.
enrage
The
on
first,
your way
the first
down,
100 don't count.
that's bludgeoning
So,
damage.
Martin, can I yell out?
Yes, you can.
Can I just say, hey, same team?
Okay, so I will be doing initiative at that stage.
Thinks he's
As you
loyal
yell
to-
out, same team. And it didn't come from above, it came from the side passage.
I figured. That's 11, by the way.
13 for Plummet.
Right, so that's the north-south. So they're shooting from the north,
Mhm.
and we're in the next north one over.
Mhm.
Right.
So you aren't in line of sight.
Cool.
Nice. Alright, you're not a barbarian anymore.
Yeah, that's right. I do get an extra 1.
And I
because
thought
I'm
I should at
jack of all
least note
trades.
down which session we're in to make it easier.
36, I think.
We are session 36. Okay, so what were people's initiatives?
23 for Willie.
Willie got
11 for me.
11 for
The
Nasty.
stump man.
Which is actually quite amusing because it rolled up a 12 for you, so it actually rolled one better.
Okay, how many of us actually still left at the top?
Dimitri is, Plowman is, Raya is, and Little Miss is on her way down.
So yeah, we've
Oh,
perfectly.
yeah, she's on her way
We
down.
have perfectly split the party.
It's not like I planned it or anything.
No. Well, I mean, if we perfectly split it, we'd be in 7 different places.
Okay, so what is other people's initiatives?
Plummet, 13.
Plowman on 13. Okay. Anyone
Little
else?
Miss is on 14.
Little Miss is on 14.
Little Mrs. Bitch.
What about Dimitri?
On 6.
Obviously not worrying about getting up there early. And what
Or
did
down
Kiki
there.
get? What was Kiki's?
Six as well.
I could get an effect down there quickly.
No fireball.
If you get back in time, Stefan.
Because I think Fireball got a range of 300, isn't it?
Yes, it does, but I know that mystery. So
Oh no, it's only 150. So I can only get a little bit.
not if you get extend spell, you can actually get up to 300. But yeah, that's another. Anyway,
I think I got everyone. Yep, that is everyone. Okay, so Willie is up first.
So
You can see in front of you in the far wall, the wall is lit up with flame. Standing in front of the flame is Nasty with his pink bird,
okay.
glowing pink bird.
All right. Well, I will.
You got 22 for your initiative.
I will cast
It's the best roll I've had.
You roll it.
a normal yellow light on another piece of chalk and just keep that in my hand and let a little bit out.
And then the green one, bing, winks out.
Disappears. Yep. And I will stealth away from the fire, if you know what I mean, because I want to try and run parallel to them, and then if I can get to the end of that corridor, look down that way to see if I can see them.
Okay.
Nice.
If it is, if it's like if they are all.
Misses halfway down.
Okay, so you rush out, look, sneak up. Give me a sneak roll.
Now, because I've got Boots of Elven Kind, I get advantage
So there's
on.
you, me,
Sneaking.
upstairs.
Yes, so 21.
Kiki,
21. Okay.
Or even more, actually, sorry. 24.
Okay, you reach and peek down the corridor. Looking down the corridor, I just see darkness.
Okay. So that should be where they are.
Where they'd come from, yes.
All right, can I let a little bit of light out?
You can let a bit of light out. Beak, here I am!
Just a little
And
bit.
that's the end of your turn.
Okay.
Okay, so next person up is Raya. Yes.
3/4 cup.
You can see halfway down the shaft is Little Miss, and there is flame coming from. You can see flame flickering down at the bottom.
Okay, but we can't see the cause of said flame.
Do we hear combat?
Well, you heard someone yell out "friendly fire."
Literally. Or, I
Okay.
guess, unfriendly fire.
Well, he yelled out "friendly fire."
So it's not combat? I'm so confused now.
Well, I'd find that a confusing statement. But then, hey, it came from Nasty Stump, so confusing is not unreasonable.
Do you have Featherfall?
No, I don't. No. I guess I'll just climb down.
Mm,
Or, I mean,
just hold up. Because I'm lowering.
oh, you're lowering someone?
Correct,
Okay,
yeah.
alright. I guess I'll just cast Mage Armor then.
Okay. You mage armor.
I would have already cast Mage Armor.
Or was saving this spell, not thinking he would need it.
Fair enough.
You know, conservation of magic after all.
Heaven forbid.
That's something that's one particular piece of magic that Dimitri does not conserve.
I understand, it is very useful. So, Raya magic's up. Little Miss, you're currently halfway down.
Am I moving?
Slowly. You can let go if you want and go down 150 feet.
Soon to be not slowly.
Who was being lowered?
Little Miss.
And was she at your height when she was lowered?
She was from us, so we've.
She's
about halfway.
She's
She's 150 feet down.
Right.
She's just on fireball range.
What's your AC?
So what? So below me, I assume I can see flames now. Is that correct?
You can see flames flickering down there, just not across the bottom of the ground. There's just flame on the coming from one side of the shaft.
Can I hear anything down there?
You heard someone call out "friendly fire."
Sorry, I forgot.
Did it sound like any of our party?
Yes, it was Nasty with his useful call out to warn you of friendly fire.
Sorry, I forgot about. I got
It's not quite what I intended, but okay.
But that's just it. No one understood what you were trying to intend.
Oh, it's AC becomes 13 plus its dex mod.
Okay. At this point, I'm not going to take any action. I'm just going to allow myself to continue to be lowered down.
Okay. You wait to see what happens with your lowering. Laban.
Okay, so Parman, you gave me that buff, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good news,
Advantage on
everyone.
strength.
Zoidberg. Parman wraps Parman basically lets the rope go free fall through his hand, wraps a rag around one of his hands, and just before she's about to hit the bottom, grabs.
Okay, give me an insight roll.
No.
Well, remembering that
I'm sorry, I
he
didn't
has
buff
actually
your
lowered it a
wisdom.
couple times already, so there's probably a reasonable understanding where the rope's likely to burn.
That's why he gets a roll.
That's right.
Roll splat.
13.
13. Okay, you grab on and squeeze just in time as she comes to a stop just above the floor.
continue to lower it down and then try and reef the rope up once it's free.
Okay, so now we're going back to Little Miss. You have been lowered down.
Sorry.
So now you can act if you wish.
So there's a hook
Yeah,
for your belt, I think.
You unhook.
I'm going to.
Unhook.
With the flame, you said I saw it coming from one direction
Yep.
of the shaft. I'm going to go the other way.
Okay, so you unhook and go the other way and run right into a halfling with a yellow light source pointing down a corridor. You have to bend over to reach to get into the shaft.
But you
Yeah.
can see me.
But you can see after you bend over, there's Willie looking down the same shaft you're facing towards, and down the shaft you can see what appears to be a single bowman.
Right.
He's currently kneeling and is reaching for more arrows.
Can I suggest shooting him? Or do you need that in triplicate?
So Little Miss has still got action she's done. She's only done moving so far.
Unhooking can be done as part of your movement.
And you weren't stealthing like I was.
So would Little Miss like to do something?
How far from me is the person with the arrows?
He would be about... looks to be about 30 to 40 feet. Bit hard to tell in the yellow light.
I suppose I will use Chaos Bolt.
Yep. What's its
They're
range?
definitely pointing arrows at us, right?
Well, it has an arrow pointed towards you, and the wall behind you on the other side is covered in flame.
Coming from an arrow.
You can't see the arrow.
Okay, the arrow's probably gone by now here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do Chaos Bolt.
Yep.
So it's ranged spell attack. Try that without rolling it off the edge of my book. Failed to do that again. I'll roll it this way. Oh my god. I give
You
up.
need a bigger book.
I do. Or I just need to put my character sheet along the edge of it. That would be the best
Or I could
thing.
just get this dice roller
Right,
thingy
so that's
for you.
19.
So 19.
Yeah.
And 19's a hit.
That is excellent. So I do 2d8 and a d6. So that is 11, and it is going to be psychic damage. No, we think these things might be undead, right?
Well, you've been warned by the humans that they are undead, but the elves just call them wraiths because they never... so the halflings just call them wraiths because they never see them. No one who ever sees them reports...
Okay. We
reports
came
them.
here believing they were undead because they were called wraiths. However, the stories from the halflings just say they are orcs.
Force damage
Okay.
is my option.
So, your bolt strikes true. You see a bit of blood strike hit as it flies off, hits the rock, and starts to hiss on the rocks.
Good work.
Nice.
Okay. So Little Miss gets first blood.
And the blood is hissing when it hits the rocks.
Yep.
That's
Nasty.
not a good sign.
Yep.
So in
Is
front of
it-
you, Little Miss, I'm assuming Little Miss then ducks to the side.
Yeah, out of the way.
Because luckily you can move before and after. as I reminded people last night. So, Nasty, you can see directly down this corridor a elf with, not an elf, a purple-skinned orc staring down at you in the yellow light.
Okay. How far away is he?
From you, he's about 45 feet.
All right, I'd like to walk my 25 feet, maintain eye contact, and say, now, no arrows.
So you
Wait.
do the clink, 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 clink.
And I just walk down the thing towards him.
Yep. And do you do anything else?
No, that's. I want to get to him and talk. Can I have more words because I'm not doing anything else?
Sure.
Well, you can have more walking if you want.
3, isn't it?
Oh, can I?
You
Yeah.
could basically spend your action walking up to him.
Like you can do a so-called dash action, which means you do another move,
See if it's
Yeah, can I do that?
You can. You're right in his face.
3.
and you can
Yep.
be talking while you're doing it.
And eye contact. Eye contact. Very important.
How big's a giant square?
Okay, so you do the whole eye contact as you walk up into his space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dimitri. Looking down the hole, you can only see the flame.
Yep, I'm happy.
Okay, you're happy.
We're going to wait for the work to come back up again before we're heading down, so...
Kiki.
Okay, off mute.
You finished
How
the
far
bottle of
away-
wine?
I feel that I need to save my dear friend Nasty because he's a nice fella. How far is Nasty away from me?
You look out of the hole, you can't see him.
I got dark vision.
You can't see him. You can see a pink
Okay.
glow coming from a corridor nearby, but you can't see him.
How far is the pink glow away from me then?
Well, it's about 20 feet to the hole.
Okay, I've got a movement of 40.
Yep.
Can I reach that pink glow?
Okay, so you reach the hole and look down, and down the hole itself, another 40 feet is another 30 feet is Nasty.
I'll go my full 40.
Yep. Which means that
and then-
you're about
10 feet away from him.
10 feet away. Yep.
And I'll just get my mason shield out and just try to hide behind my shield as much as I can.
So technically,
much,
technically considering you're crouched over, you should only be moving at half speed.
Okay,
So
so
you should only have reached the corridor because crouched.
You could
That's
reach the
fair.
corridor to look down and then decide
the
what you want
corridor.
to do.
and I reach the corridor and I try to whisper to Nasty, is everything okay? And then that's all I do. So.
Okay. He doesn't seem to be paying any attention to you. He seems to be giving the person at the other end a stare down.
Ooh, this looks
But you can't really see them clearly.
No, that's right, fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the structural support of the mine beam? Has there been wooden structural supports all the way along, or has it been just the solid stone and so therefore it had its own stability?
Mostly stone. Very few wooden beams.
Okay. Less worried about the fire then. Except for oxygen.
There is Willie.
So,
Well, actually, they get to go. They go before you do. Okay, so in front of you, Nasty, as you reach all the way to get to this orc, he curses you in Orcish
Okay.
and in a language you don't understand.
Interesting.
Did Kiki actually take Halfling as a language?
I did originally, but I don't know if I should be able to change that or not.
Well, it's up to you if you want to show up the people by using a language that is their racial language that they don't know.
But
Yeah.
did he have an opportunity to learn it?
You would,
I
you would have had
common Elvish, common Elvish, undercommon, and Halfling. So I'll just say I had a Halfling and say that I've learned it from some person who went through the woods or something like that.
You've learned it in a book.
You could easily have learned it from elves who learned it from Halfling before they lost it.
Yep, that sounds fair. Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, so the orc is
That's why
actually
they
cursing
sent
him
you.
in halfling as well.
What did the orc say?
You shouldn't be here, you little man.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, but he says it in halfling, which unfortunately you don't know.
But if you know Orcish,
No, I don't.
And he goes to stab at you, misses, and then is scurrying off. Though he's moving on all fours as fast as you move normally.
Right.
So a very crouch sort of run that is very fluid. You're not seeing people move like that.
Like a crab.
Not like a crab. He's basically almost like a cat.
Okay.
Using front and rear legs to move at the same time.
Halfling werewolves?
But it is a medium-sized creature. So it's moving through the
Why
tunnels.
do you say werewolf?
because you would say it was running on all fours.
He is running on all fours.
But is it hairy?
No.
No,
But
well, he's
it's
nothing more than a
It's
normal
a
orc.
shaved orc. It's Gollum. It's talking halfling. Gollum was halfling.
It's the only logical solution. They are all Gollum.
They're
My precious.
Oh, Jesus. Could you imagine multiple Golems just chilling out in a room?
yeah,
All talking about their precious?
all trying to strangle each other.
Yeah.
Well, they want to
Thanks,
polish their
Deagle.
precious.
I'm sure Kiki will be popular.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Anyway.
so Willie, you're up. You in front of you. You see Narcy hogging the corridor,
All right.
and right beside you is Kiki saying, "Everything okay?"
So next to me
Yep.
is
This
Little
big
Miss.
elf head,
all right,
and on
she-
the other side of you is Little Miss,
right, and
and you're in the corridor with this.
yeah, and so I've lit up the target. Little Miss shot it with the chaos bolt.
Yep.
What's that one done? Is it running away?
And that's the one that's
It's
running
wrong.
away because Narcy has gone up and done a face to face with it.
What? Talk to it? Or-
He talked at it and then stopped.
And then it talks back at him.
And then
Okay,
talked
in
back at
some
him and
language.
went stab, missed, and ran away.
Now, originally there were 3 arrows.
Yep.
Can I see the other 2 people?
There were no other two people.
It was just one person shooting 3 arrows.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I've heard. Can I follow it?
It has. You can't see where it's gone once it moves out of sight.
Like 60-foot range. Can
60-foot range only helps if you can see around corners.
All right. Can I go to that corner and look at it?
Narcy's currently blocking the way.
You said that on only 8-foot wide passages, didn't you?
This tunnel is not a normal passage.
Okay.
This was the first natural passage they came across.
Oh, okay.
Is there a? Can I go down another passage to try and head it off?
You can try. You don't know the layout of this mine.
All right. It's not just a complete grid, like I was imagining. Okay.
Well, particularly not if this is a natural passage.
This one seems to slope down.
Okay then. So I need to go that way, and Nasty Stump's in the way.
Yep.
Is he willing to make room for me? I mean, certainly I have the halfling ability to move through things occupied by anything large or smaller.
I was going to say, you're both halflings,
I
aren't
think
you?
it's larger, isn't it?
Halfling
both
nimbleness. You
halflings,
can
so
move through the
therefore
space
you're
of any
both
creature
but I'm
that's
happy
a
to
size
cover
larger
that.
than
Too much
yours.
problem.
Larger than yours.
If you're just going around, like through the square, it's not going to be that hard for 2 halflings to go past each other.
This one is a very tight one. It's not a mine shaft.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can't get past, I can't get past, I guess.
I'm happy for you to do acrobatics.
If I notice, I'm happy to let him.
Acrobatics, I'm
Yep.
good at that. He says, just before he rolls a 1. 15.
Okay, using the wall and parkouring around him,
Okay,
you make it around the corner.
all right.
And
And-
it seems to, the passage winds as it goes. Looks like this was some sort of worm tunnel.
Okay, and it was shot by the Chaos Bolt, and there was some blood. Can I see?
You can see bits of the wall that seems to be melting.
Is that where the blood splashed?
Yes, that is exactly where the blood splashed.
All right, and it just melts. it melts. It's like acid for blood. Maybe.
It looks like it was burning the stone where he hit.
Okay.
I suggest more molten lava.
Because it's made of fire. All right. I'd like to go a bit further and see. Can I hear it?
Do you want to stop and listen? Or do you want to move and then listen?
I may as well join up with the rest of the party, but I'll mark it with my chalk.
Well, I'll come back
where
up
it went.
back up the passage.
Yeah, so I'll mark where it went with the chalk. I'll circle where the acid, whatever did it to a wall. Any other markings, circle them so that we can investigate afterwards, and then head back to cast green light back on the piece of chalk so the rest of the party come down.
Okay, green light comes on again.
Is that green light on top of the fire on the side of the wall?
Yes, on top of the fire.
It's still on fire, is it? All right.
Okay, so you see the yellowy flames as well as a green light. What would Rhea like to do?
I'm assuming I'm still upstairs.
You
at
are.
this point.
You're up the top.
And all the
And there's about 300 feet down below, and there's a rope still dangling all the way down. You can slide down the rope. Do the elf down the rope trick.
Yeah, are you still holding onto the rope?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I make a suggestion? How wide is this?
About 3 foot wide.
Not wide enough for you to jump on.
Yeah, probably not.
You can just do the whole slide down there.
Well, that's what I plan on doing, but I was saying if I could just grab somebody and take them with me, but that's not going to work.
You could, it would just be this thunk, thunk, thunk.
Well, no, that's fine. Dimitri's happy to stand on your shoulders as you climb down.
I'm not climbing down. I'm going to free fall and grab at the last second.
He'll try to raid you down. No!
Is Rhea water?
No, that's wrong character.
Wrong
That's
character.
I often get them confused when I'm trying to which.
Rhea is a Eladrin, not a Genazi.
That's right, yes.
The Winter Eladrin.
Yes.
They're both using water aspects amusingly.
Well, for now.
And that's
change
part of what
every
confused
long
me.
rest. Or short rest.
It was more the idea. I was thinking, hang on, yeah, it might be advantageous to have a bit of water down the bottom there to put out that fire, but.
I mean, technically, I could use. No, wait, no, never mind.
What? The,
But
No, chill touch is not water. It's necro.
So-
blah, blah.
what sort of armor do you have?
I have mage armor currently.
So you don't actually have any actual armor?
No.
So sliding down the rope, not so good for you.
No, it would hurt.
It's like...
Yeah. So I guess I would just.
Redburn.
Hence why I'm
You already
free
described
falling and
doing
then
it,
grabbing it, yeah.
Well, considering you've described patting your hands up, you could pretty much slide all the way down without any problems. Okay, so Raya is currently waiting.
I
Well-
guess so.
do you think that you could? Okay. So what we've seen of the work so far, we haven't seen any evidence of the work had any issue with weight or anything like that so far.
Not so far, but then Playman is holding the other end. And
Yeah,
he is the rock that's holding the party together.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm just thinking of the fact that I don't believe that Raya or Dimitri are particularly heavy. So potentially we could go down together. Like one slightly higher on work than the other.
Possibly.
Well, you have had Dimitri, so you have had Playman say that he can bench press 700.
That's what I mean. Like I say, that's it.
No.
It was more, I was more concerned about the rope
I
rather
can
than
curl
climbing.
700.
The bull strength doubles your carrying capacity as well.
1400.
Yeah, so there's no problem dropping things down here.
Like I said, I was more,
You are the
Dimitri
man.
was more concerned about the rope than he was about climbing.
Yeah.
So is that a worthwhile option? And then Plummer can just do his own option to get down as rapidly as he can.
Mark will be back in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, so you've got that description for whenever Playman gets the rope up.
I actually didn't catch that. What am I doing?
Pulling the rope up and then lowering 2 people at once next time.
You know, if one of you grabs the other one's foot and then that person grabs my foot, we could do this really quickly. It'd probably fail, but yeah, that'll do.
Okay, so it is now Little Miss's go. Little Miss, you've just chaos bolted someone who's run off.
Yeah.
Can I hear anything approaching from any of the other shafts that come into this tunnel?
Give me a perception roll.
Nope, I can't hear anything.
Not over the sound of Kiki's conversation.
Burn your hands.
No.
But you do smell this wonderful cheese right next to you.
Let it go, let it run through, and then just grab it on this. I just want to get a little mess.
Apparently, someone's brought the smell of cheese with them.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And our bard is the only one that's run off, is that correct?
He came back. He got better.
Oh. I'm just gonna wait then.
Okay, so the bar did saunter back. Flamin, you pull the rope up and then drop the others.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll say you fall out of initiative at this point because they're not attacking you again directly.
Cool.
Can I keep chasing?
Would you like to keep chasing?
Yeah, be like, hey, come back here.
Didn't you step aside so the other half would get past?
Yeah, but I can still chase, can't I?
He
We're
stopped
out of
and came back.
Initiative.
Okay, so you rush off.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you that there's an arrow in the direction that it ran. In short.
Or
Very, very quickly, Nasty disappears from sight.
Bye.
He's got his pink light.
Give me a insight roll for Nasty.
Oh, 19.
Okay, so as you get about 20 or 30 feet from them, the passage seems to have multiple branches coming off it. You seem to follow what seems to be fresh marks on the ground, and you weave between passageways and passageway. You've gone through about 5 or 6 different passageways before you realise you've gone a long way from everyone else. You're probably about 300-400 feet from where you started running before you realise how far you've come.
I stop and go back.
And
which way?
I followed very careful instructions, so I paid attention when I come back.
While you were madly dashing.
Yes.
Roll that check.
Okay, so that would be a investigate roll to see if you can follow your own tracks back.
18.
18. So about 20 feet backwards, someone's removed all your prints. And then your light winks up.
I sit down very quietly, cross my legs, and there should be bright lights, because don't I get the bright lights?
You did where there were halfling lanterns. You're not in a
Oh.
halfling complex at the moment.
Right, I would like to just sit then.
Okay. As you sit, give me a perception roll.
15.
Okay, so you do hear what sounds like guttural voices nearby, above you, beside you, and somehow below you. Not creepy at all.
I sit very quietly and just breathe.
Slide down the rope. Sorry, I tie off the rope and slide
Yep.
down.
Okay, so the rest of you are now grouped up again.
Well,
Near a
when-
passageway.
We'll come back for it. I just need to get down.
when Dimitri gets to the bottom, he's actually noting there's nothing immediately shooting at us. He's going to be looking at this fire apparently on a stone wall.
Yeah, the flame seems to be slowly ebbing. It seemed to be dripping down the wall.
So it looked like someone had splashed a whole bunch of oil or something on it.
Whatever hit the wall seemed to drip down the wall, and it was burning.
So we're talking like alchemist fire, maybe? Obviously, because Dimitri didn't get hit by an arrow per se, so he's just trying to work out, okay, what could a thing called flaming on the wall still flaming? So
Some sort of flaming ammunition.
I'm happy to.
Oh,
I'm
back
there,
button.
so I'm happy to
Yeah,
explain.
so
what I
like-
saw.
So you can
Okay,
see
we're not-
3 impact points and basically a dripping flame from those points.
oh, so someone applied a source of alchemist fire onto the end of arrows. Is that what it looks like?
But you see no sign of arrows,
Except for the impact point.
except for the
Something.
impact points.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so maybe we're talking actually hollow sling bullets.
That could also do a similar thing, except there's also
Yeah.
no sling stone
No,
or
no, remnants of it,
casing
yeah.
or
Yeah.
no sign of the ammunition itself, just a sign of 3 impact points.
Okay. Well, so Dimitri will spend time examining that thing. Oh, that's an interesting technique. So,
Give me a insight roll for Dimitri.
16 plus. Well, insight would be +2 and make it 18, but he does have investigation at +7.
This would be an insight one.
Okay, 18.
So, from what you've learnt and studied, you'd think that this would be magical ammunition.
Oh, okay. So Arcana of 23 then.
And with an Arcana of 23, you'd assume that it would be either created by the bow or applied to the bow.
Yeah. Okay.
So it
But
could
not
couldn't-
actually, not actually a spell in itself.
It wouldn't be a spell in itself. It would be an enchantment either on the ammunition or on the bow. If it's on the bow, you might not need ammo. It may
Yeah.
generate its own ammo.
Yep.
Which is great for underground.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kiki here. I saw Nasty run off, I assume.
Yeah, you did see Nasty run off. You saw pink light disappear down the tunnels.
And if after a second we don't hear anything from him, can I, and I'm just because I'm new to this Dungeoneering, I'm going to just kind of yell down the thing, Nasty, are you okay?
Okay.
And you hear this okay coming backwards from you, for you.
Oh, okay.
So obviously he's okay.
Okay. And I'm waiting for everyone else to get down. I'm uncertain whether we should be worried about him because I don't know how Nasty does these things before.
Well,
whether he's,
Clayman should be good at tracking, so we can see
Yeah.
if we can
Bullshit.
follow the barbarian.
Yeah?
He rides horses.
Right.
His horses track.
Hey, do you have survival?
now, how long has
Really?
that light been on for, Martin?
Far out. I'm sure Dimitri.
How long
can
has
do
the light been on for?
Yeah, the one that he's got. Has it been
That-
more than an hour?
No.
That
No.
playment that Nasty has.
Yeah, the one Nasty has because I put it right at the entrance. That's all. So.
It would have been on for maybe 20, 30 minutes at this stage at the most.
Cool. I just want to give an idea. So,
But it's
Good
gone
now.
out. But you
It's
don't know it's
gone.
gone out.
okay. Well, I'll just wait for everyone else because I'm not sure what to do here. I'm quite new to this Dungeoneering stuff. So, yeah.
Can Dimitri track?
I'm sure Dimitri can track
Nasty
a
stuff.
bird on a moonlit night. And,
Yeah. Like a falcon on a cloudy day.
yeah.
Right.
Martin, would I know the direction of where my light spell went?
I
No.
believe you went that way.
Cool.
You know which the passageway he was in when he left with it, but you don't
Yep.
actually have any connection to your magic once you've cast it.
That's cool. I'll mention that to the player when he gets down there.
I have no connection to my magic.
What?
All right. Well, how about the 6 of us stick together before we go off looking for him? But if we can't find him, let's start doing a map for a start.
So what happened?
Well, I went down one corridor, realised it was going too fast, so I came back. Nasty Stump didn't do that. So I don't know how far he has run, but I can cast Locate Object and find his wooden bird, or I can cast Locate Creature and find him, but I'm wary on wasting a 4th level spell just to find a guy who ran off.
I believe you've missed a couple important points of information in your explanation.
What do you need to know?
Well,
So it was some sort of orc that could run on all fours quite quickly. It seemed to go faster than us. at halfway speed.
Why you have confidence of Orc?
Because it looked like it. Little Miss might have seen this creature before. We did say it was an orc, didn't we? Yeah.
You're like a purple skinned orc.
Like I'm 7th level. I've seen orcs, or at least pictures of orcs. And this looked like an orc.
I'll mention that I heard it talking halfling. So I'll mention that.
Right.
And
What did it
said-
say? I
and
don't understand halfling. Does that mean you can teach me halfling?
Well, it took me about 5 or 6 elven years, so it might take a while.
Teach you halfling with an elven dialect.
All right. 250 days.
Yeah. But I'll mention that it spoke another language I wasn't sure of, but it did speak halfling and said you do not belong down here.
Right, cool. All right, I'll use it for some. If you're happy to share some downtime with me, I'd love to learn it next time we're in town.
And be one of the few halflings who actually know the native tongue.
That would be a valuable thing. But good for a law bard. Knowing shit.
Oh, well, that sounds like a great idea, but let's find our friend first. He looks like
Yeah, by all
ran
means.
off.
So I can cast a spell to find him, but I was hoping that people could try some mundane skills before I go that far. Does anyone have the survival skill?
Plumman looks sheepishly.
All right, it's okay. I shouldn't look at you. So no one's speaking up saying they... So can we try tracking without the survival skill?
You can try tracking without the survival skill.
All right.
It's called survival.
Okay. Rhea's got survival.
That's okay. Rhea is letting everyone else go first, not wanting to, step rain on their parade.
Well, okay. Dimitri's having a look around at the location where things apparently happened.
When everybody's
okay.
screwed up, Rhea gets 23. 22.
22.
Okay, so Rhea goes, actually, he went this way.
Okay. Lead on.
And then you see Rhea going on all fours.
I'm going to follow Rhea.
Alright, cool.
So just confirming, the emergency exit for the halflings came down to a spot where there were still halfling work tunnels.
Yep.
However, an offshoot of the halfling work tunnels was a natural tunnel, which apparently got bored out by some sort of giant worm-type creature.
Is that right?
Yep, that is correct.
And how big is this giant worm-type creature? Like, how weight's the tunnel?
Sounds like it's 3 foot.
It is about
3 foot diameter?
I'd probably say
Somewhat
3 foot
circle-ish?
diameter. 3 foot diameter. So even halflings have to squeeze to get through, watching their head.
Yeah. And also somewhat circular rather than square.
More circular than square.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a hobbit burrow, but we're not hobbits.
Yeah. And yeah, so you're saying that an orc apparently scampered off down this passage.
Yeah, and
And you were able to keep up with her.
our friend heard it say some stuff in halfling to Nasty Stump, but Nasty
And are we
Stump.
talking a standard sized orc?
Yes.
Yeah, but very good at working on all fours.
I'd be surprised that it would fit its shoulders across this passage.
Are you calling me a liar?
I'm just trying to get an understanding.
Well, that's what I saw, and Little Miss was there too. I mean, she can describe what she saw.
He's not wrong.
It seemed perfectly fitted to go through the passageway, like the passageway was designed for his movement.
Obviously something strange is going on here.
I mean, we've all seen Alien.
But I have not. What is it?
Is it about a dwarf alien? I've never seen this thing
No,
before.
sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, let's follow Rhea and not let Rhea get killed.
Okay, so Nasty.
Yes,
You're in the dark.
I believe so.
It's fairly normal for him.
And you hear some heavy breathing around you.
Hi.
On all sides,
Can I say hi?
apparently.
You hear something very guttural said to you very close by your ear.
Look, I don't understand your language. Can you please speak something I understand?
speak something musical to you.
I don't understand that either.
One of them pokes you with a bladed thing in the back.
Now, I'm here to talk. Can you please put that away?
You have a feeling they're
He's
trying
just
to
trying
get
to talk to you in a way you understand.
He's trying to. You have a feeling he's trying to get you to go in a certain direction.
Rhea
If
turned
you
out
would
be
like
the
me to
best
go in a
tracker ever.
direction, can you please tell
track
me?
some stuff for us, thank you.
He pokes you in the back
You're
twice.
welcome. I do
Sure.
have a plus
I stand up.
Yeah, I was like,
How am I still in like a 4-foot tunnel?
3 foot.
He's actually quite good.
It's about a 3-foot tunnel, yes.
Yeah, I stand up and I start walking the direction.
Okay, so every now and then you walk into a wall.
Unfortunately, you're at the front of the party because you're
Why am
following
I?
the track.
Oh,
You're the only
right.
tracker.
Okay,
Plyman will do his absolute best to
That's right.
protect you.
that's
So we
fair.
can have a stop, drop, and roll kind of move where Plyman kind of squirms over the top of you and protects you or something.
With the bad touch being said occasionally.
What
Ass to
class are you?
ass. Sorry, go on.
So who's behind me?
Playman,
Okay, that's
right
fine.
behind you.
What class
Who's
are you?
behind Plyman?
Bard.
I am.
Little Miss.
I'm behind Little Miss.
Ding, 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 ding.
Most likely Dimitri.
Well, if Dimitri's at the
It's a
rear,
horrible movie.
he's actually crawling backwards.
Where's Nasty?
Definitely ruins.
Nasty
I'm
ran off.
making you friends.
Dimitri, Kiki's at
What
the
do you
rear
mean
because
where's
she feels
Nasty?
that she needs to
We're
catch
tracking.
him.
Wait, she took you.
Yeah.
Did the guy tracking me
Dimitri's
just say
still
where's
crawling
Nasty?
backwards.
Okay.
Rhea,
Yeah.
aren't you supposed to be tracking Nasty? Did you seriously just ask where he is?
Mm.
Who are you tracking?
I believe that was Stefan was asking where
Yes.
It was Stefan, not
I
Rio.
was out of room at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So AFK, pretty much.
Yeah, she's in. Yeah, I can get past that.
Okay, so we're tracking Nasty. Good to know. Because I was wondering where in the line my subordinate was. And it's like, wait a minute.
That's why you're tracking him.
There we
Apparently
go.
he ran off yet again.
He just fucked off.
He's leading, apparently.
He just cannot read the room.
Okay, so as you track him, you get about 100 feet from where you started tracking him, and all the tracks have been swept clean.
I'm leaving chalk marks on the things.
Swept clean? As in by an actual tool?
Someone has removed all traces
Deliberately removed
of
the tracks.
movement for as far as you can see from this point.
Can I use detect magic?
You
By,
could, but the magic would no longer be there.
Martin, by removing the tracks, is there any visible evidence of the tracks having been removed?
Oh, the entire place here looks spotless compared to where it's just been.
Right, so there's not like a broom mark.
It's just like dirt, track, foot, clean.
Right, okay.
So like
Okay, so no brush
prestidigitation.
marks, no... Okay, yep.
That's pretty easy to do.
Alright.
Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
But even... Okay, yeah. Doesn't magic leave traces? No, I guess not.
It just says you instantaneously clean or soil. If
Yeah.
he's using a cantrip, he
Makes
can
sense. Okay, doke.
The more powerful the magic,
so how many-
the
how many-
longer it radiates for.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many exits are there from here?
Okay, you up to this point, you've probably gone past about 6 or 7 different
But
passageways.
from this point where there's like no footmarks, how many?
You seem to
exits?
be in a small
shine.
chamber with an intersection of about 15.
Holy shit, 15. Okay.
So it's an intersection where the roof is higher.
The roof is higher, you can stand up.
Okay.
And
Dimitri, by the time you get to there, and if they're going to be going in, when Dimitri calls out backwards, he'll take the opportunity to stand up if people are hanging around for a bit.
And there are passageways above, at head level, at waist level, at feet level, in the floor. So when I say 15 passageways, not 15 in a circular motion, it's 15 all around the room.
Right.
It does look like the equivalent of an ants maze sort of place.
Oh.
Had this been a
great.
central point where you can traverse different pathways.
That's not creepy at all.
And looking down each pathway, they go almost straight for at least 100 meters in those directions.
Yeah, I doubt I'm going to be able to track that. Okay, well, guess we pick one?
I know, I got a great idea. Let's split up.
Probably go together, but, you know.
Each take a different passageway. What's
So
the
I-
other?
Can I
I can search for the spell.
a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
What passage is directly across from where we entered in here? Because if Nasty Stump was running along, he's not likely to take a sharp turn.
Unless he was following something.
Demetrius is going to take the opportunity to have a look after search. He's going to have the opportunity to look around and see if he can find any evidence of any markings on any of the passages.
Give me an investigate roll.
19 plus 26.
In one of the holes near the that's heading down, you see scratch marks of it's probably been used recently, but it has been cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
So you think if anyone has gone through here recently, this is one of the places they went.
Well, I will point out that marking, but I'll keep looking at other outlets as well just to see if there's some. But yes, okay, I'll point out that, well, it looks like something went that way recently.
And having a further look around the room, a couple of the upper passageways have handprints on the side walls. Like someone was holding themselves there, watching.
Sorry.
Halfling-sized handprints or medium-sized creature handprints?
Handprints bigger than yours.
Okay.
So medium-sized.
Yep. And I'll point out the fact that, it would appear that others were here as well. I'll point out the handprints to people so they can see.
So we're following that tunnel then, I guess?
Sure. It's the only clue we have.
Well, so technically there are clues in 3 tunnels.
Right.
So I have these spells: locate creature and locate object. They work if someone's within 1,000 feet, as long as they don't have to cross running water.
Yeah, let's find him.
So I can go locate object, which is only 2nd level, to locate his wooden parrot.
Because you're quite used to it. You've seen it for very many times.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that should hopefully cut it down to from 3 to 1.
Alright.
Doesn't locate object give you the direct direction?
I believe it
You
will.
sense
So
the direction to the object's location, as long as that object is within 1,000 feet.
Yeah, so if you're in the middle of a labyrinth, if you're on the outside of the labyrinth, it's in the centre, it doesn't really help you too much.
it doesn't tell you the path to get there. It just tells you which direction it is.
I'm happy not to cast it.
Oh, I'm just wondering.
I'm not sure it gives you elevation either. It might just give you north, south, east, west.
It says
No,
the
I'd
direction.
probably give direction in 3 dimensions, I would think. But,
I would
yeah. At one of the passageways at the hand, Dimitri's going to have a bit of a closer look around to see if you can see any evidence of footprints as well. So.
Okay, so it doesn't look as if there's any footprints there. So you don't think
Okay,
Nasty
then.
went that way?
No, well, it was more the footprints and orcs type stuff, but yes, okay, they were more careful about cleaning up on the floor level rather than they were at hand at the side of the thing, so.
And besides, most people don't look up this high.
Well, I'm not halflings anyway. Yeah. So yes, I would suggest that if Nasty is still moving under his own volition, it looks like that pathway there.
And let's
It
go.
would appear that he was being watched.
Let's
So
do that one.
Alright.
He may not have been under his own volition anymore.
It's okay. Let's go this way.
If that's the case, then I'll probably Wow, brain. Your character, sorry, I've forgotten.
Plyman.
Plyman, thank you. And, yep, lead the way.
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay. So, who's going first?
Plyman, I guess. Just tell him where to go. He doesn't know where he's going.
I'll be behind Plyman and we'll... Are you leading the way, Dimitri, or are you just saying let's go that way? From
Dimitri.
the back?
Well, I'm just saying I've had a look at all these entrances or exits, and as I say, that one there looks like someone went down it recently.
Yep.
These two here indicate that potentially whoever went down that way was being watched as they did so.
Okay.
So I would think that yes, potentially you're looking at that pathway would be the most likely direction of.
So the recent one?
But
I'll just be
you may not be alone.
Okay. Martin, I'll be like 5 minutes.
All good.
No, you've been more than 5 minutes.
Alright, well, I guess since the recent one's been pointed out, we'll take that one.
So, so if you want Dimitri to be leading on the idea of he's one that's potentially got the best chance of spotting further clues.
Well, you can spot clues as we go along, can't you?
Well, they might be hard to spot if they're after 6 people have gone crawling through that spot already.
Alright, fair enough. You lead. Plyman will try and jump in front of you when the arrows come. If the arrows come.
He's a defensive wizard.
What do you mean you're going to use him as a meat shield?
No.
Okay, so you've been upgraded from meat shield to someone useful.
Well, he's taken up his original place.
He's got more hit points than you, hasn't he?
Let's face it, he started as frontline
Yeah,
fighter.
but essentially I've got double points in it.
Yeah.
Except fighter.
Okay, so
Yeah, what class are you, Jeremy?
I'm a sage,
Very
a
good.
linguist, a scholar.
multi-class.
Yeah, right. So you're a knob. Anyway, let's go.
So he's a multi-class linguist scholar.
Sage.
Knob.
Apprentice sage.
That's your third class, I'm sure. Okay, so you start heading down. Give me a perception roll as you're going, Jeremy.
Okay. 17, 25.
Going about 30 feet down the passageway, you come across a wooden bird on the passage floor.
Mm-hmm. Can I see any evidence of, like, is this a straight passageway type stuff? Like it's still going forward or backward? Like there's no side passage off this one?
This is right where there's a side passage.
Oh, right, there is a side passage?
There is a
Okay.
side passage. And it
I
looks
will
like the
see-
bird has slid to this spot from the passage.
So I'm drawing a map as best I can.
Oh, so you're saying that the bird might have actually travelled down the side passage to get to this location?
You do think so, yes.
Okay. I will take a look ahead and make certain there's no evidence of anything going further down the passageway in front of us, but otherwise I will head up the side passage.
You see no evidence of travel on either of the passages.
Well, except for the evidence of
Oh, the bird.
presumably a bit of drag mark of the bird down the corridor, I'm guessing. Like I'm picturing that the side passage is on a bit of an angle upwards,
It is.
and the bird slid down.
Do you pick the bird up?
Sorry?
Do you pick the bird up?
Well, did I see evidence of the bird sliding down?
Yes, you do.
Okay,
So
so
I see
I'm
it.
happy to say, yep, it looks like he was this way. As I head back up, I'll head up the passage the bird apparently came down.
Okay, does anyone else pick up Nasty's bird as you go past?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
But yes, you stash his favourite bird in your pocket.
And has
Oh.
it still got light on it? No.
No.
It
I,
got lost.
I was going to say, so I was thinking, oh yeah, so someone in the middle of the party can set off the grenade.
Which would have been funny if I had have done that, but I hadn't. Okay.
It was the best thing I thought of.
Mm.
So I will continue up the passageway a bit and see how we go.
It goes up for about probably about 15 feet above the chamber where you are before it curls around and then just
Mhm.
almost goes straight down. You can see it sort of spiral a bit as it goes down. So if you want to, you could literally slide down in a controlled descent.
A nice helter-skelter.
Very much so. You'd just be spinning the whole way down.
Can I see any evidence of passage through here?
Well, you can see scrape marks in the grooves going down. As if people do it on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
It is well worn and it is smooth.
Yeah, but so there's not necessarily specifically recent evidence, but there's certainly evidence that gets used as a slide.
It's
So
evidence. It's evidence that gets used regularly. Yes.
Yep. So I will mention to Plumman, I think it was behind me, was that okay? It looks like this is a bit of a place where it'll be easier to slide rather than crawl. However, I certainly want to do it in a controlled fashion. Is there room in the tunnel for Dimitri to effectively get his feet forward?
Yes.
Yep. So, in which case...
Before you... If you do slide away, Plumman will grab you. How do we know it's not trapped at the bottom?
Not certain. But what I was going to say was the fact that Dimitri was going to be going forward, so they thought like he'd get his feet forward type stuff. But then he was also going to hand you the end of his rope.
Which rope would that be, Jeremy?
Sorry?
Which rope would that be?
The rope that Dimitri has.
Is that not the rope? Didn't we use your rope to descend?
No, that was
that rope was left by the mine.
Right. Okay. No worries. Yeah. Cool. Not a drama.
This is good quality silk rope. It's
real elvish rope. Cool. Plumman will assist.
And then Dimitri will aim to keeping himself braced against the sides. Aim to move down under control.
Give me an athletics roll.
Ooh. It may not be quite as simple as I expected. Athletics -1 makes 15.
Okay, you do a controlled slide. As you get to about the 45 foot mark, you start feeling this tug on the rope.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's the length of his rope. When you tie it.
Cool.
50-foot rope.
50-foot rope uses 5 feet to tie to someone.
Yeah.
And you stop at that point, and it feels very uncomfortable because it's like a yoink.
Plumman ties his rope to Jeremy's rope, and
but apparently I'm not actually at the bottom of this helter-skelter.
No, you're not.
No. Can I see how far further if I can see the bottom?
You can't see the bottom.
Okay, because I'm assuming it's still spiraling somewhat.
It does spiral, but the spirals seem to be getting bigger.
Plumman's rope, while not silk, is very, very strong. So he ties it to horses. He ties it to... Actually... Plumman doesn't have any rope on him. Rope is horse things.
I've got a rope I can give you.
Cool. We'll do that.
I've got hempen rope and I'm right next to you.
So you get 2 ropes to help.
Cool.
So Jeremy, you drop another 90 feet.
And I'm still not at the bottom.
No. But you can see some sort of glint coming from down there in your vision. Not exactly sure what it is, but there's a glint coming from there. It's not glowing.
Movement, it's just a glint. The glint's not moving.
The glint is moving.
Stefan's rope.
Okay.
You had another rope.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're dropped another 45 feet.
Well, carefully descend.
I don't know. Plumman's pretty good at just
Drop,
dropping.
careful descend, bit of A, bit of B. And you find that you've come to the end of the hole with a 30-foot drop into some water below, which you can see has been doing the glinting.
Okay.
I'm glad we didn't slide down.
And can I see an edge to the water?
Not in your vision.
So it appears to have dropped down into a large chamber, and there's just water at the base of the chamber. Is that what you mean?
That is correct. Yes.
Like a large cavern?
Yeah, you can't see the edges of the cavern.
Okay.
But it does sound like a large room.
Well, it must be a large space if I'm not seeing it in 60 foot in all directions.
Would you like me to send an unseen servant with a piece of chalk to explore the room?
Well, it's a bit hard to explain that. So.
With a bit of, it'll just carry a torch. It'll carry a light spell on a piece of chalk.
He's close to 200 feet below you.
Okay.
I'm gonna be nice to you guys. I might have the sending spell, but I'm just gonna say that out loud. So.
Plowman holds on to the rope. He also looks around for somebody to tie the rope to.
Somebody or something.
Dimitri's going to see
not even a pulley.
if there's a ledge or anything that he can actually wedge himself against to avoid
What
dropping.
can I tie the rope to?
Just trying to find an anchor point, just
Yeah,
in case
well,
we'll need to go.
I have
I'll give you a perception roll.
Pittons and stuff.
pittons
Okay.
and stuff. So I can hand you the pittons and the hammer, and if I have a
Probably
Dungeoneer's
don't
pack.
hand it to me. I'm holding on.
I
to it.
got a total of 9 with my plus 8.
Okay, well, I'm not very strong, so. There's
No.
not enough-
Okay, looking around, there is nothing useful here at all. Not even that you don't even want to think about that thing over there.
No,
But
right.
there's nothing of absolutely use to you down here at all that you can want to describe.
Water
that
sounds
one.
like an illusion.
Well, you did roll a 1 on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I said I got a total of 9 on my perception with plus 8.
Can we send somebody who doesn't have blindness?
I just assumed that he's just found a bunch of magic items.
If Dixie couldn't find anything to stand on at this stage,
Yep.
Dimitri's going to get a piton out and a hammer
Yep.
and bang a couple pittons into the side of the package here, so he's got something to actually stand
Right,
against.
Yep.
Yeah, on a related note, Stefan's given us some pittons. Can you knock them into the ground or wall or something? I'm holding onto the rope.
Okay.
Okay, so Jeremy,
Yeah.
as you bang into the wall with your piton, you hear the echo of it bang down from above you.
We're doing it
Okay.
at the same time.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
So it's boom, 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 boom.
Last, Indiana Jones.
And the Last Crusade.
It is Last Crusade, yeah.
X marks the spot.
Yep.
Boom, boom. Huh? And both of you pause at the same time, and then boom, boom.
Fantastic.
How many
Yes.
pittons did we use?
Just one.
Of course, it takes a few helmets to get one of those things in properly.
Of course.
Oh yeah, with my 8 strength.
Hello,
I thought you
Stumpy.
said we were hanging with
Nasty's
someone who
back.
had good strength.
Okay, so
Maybe get Stump to do it.
I've got delicate bard hands.
getting stumped to do it would be quite interesting, considering he's not with you at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Because that's the reason you've gone down this hole.
Yeah, sorry. Right, does anyone have a strength of above 8?
So, Nasty,
You know what? Never mind.
Nasty Stump does.
You can just do
So
it.
at some point you feel something take the
Hold
bird off your
it
shoulder and toss it in a side passage as it drags you on.
It's my delicate loot hand. Be careful.
Oh, awesome. Because I think people were looking for that, weren't they?
Oh, they found it.
You're all
Oh. Awesome.
with one hand on the rope,
Mhm.
another hand on a hammer. Martin's holding the
Lining it up.
piton, and I will hammer it in, and I roll a 17.
Okay. I wouldn't have had to actually make you make the roll unless you really wanted to, but...
I really wanted to. I was hoping for a
Okay,
one.
so you hold it and it almost crushes your hand into the thing with how well he strikes it into the hole with that enhanced strength he has. You let go just at the precise time your fingers would have been mushed into stone.
That's right. Thank you.
And of course the hammer he's using whispers, I will crush you, as it goes past your head.
Why?
What?
You're a halfling.
Why is that
It's
half?
well,
What?
Whelm
It
doesn't
hate-
like anyone.
Well, doesn't
He
like
is as
halflings.
well.
Yeah, so...
Oh, it's that
Oh,
hammer.
you use Whelm.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Oh.
intend on using Whelm, but I guess while we're here...
Okay.
Whenever he pulls out a hammer, it's always going to be
I-
Whelm unless
I
he
was-
says otherwise.
Okay.
That's
I'll
very
crush you.
confusing.
All right.
I could have sworn I handed you the other hammer. Okay.
It's alright.
And you're looking down. The other hammer is on his belt pouch, exactly where Whelm normally hangs.
Alright, I'm taking that back because that's fucking creepy. No offense.
Whelm never wants to pass up an opportunity of making a halfling feel bad.
Okay.
I'm with him, man. I mean, you're like, yeah, I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Tie off to the piton.
Okay, you tie off on the piton, and behind you in the passageway you've come, it starts to light up with a red flickering light. From the way you come from.
Who's at the end of the party?
Wait, sorry?
So, from the passageway from where you've come to get to this point, it's
Yeah.
starting to light up in a red light.
Can Kiki see anything back there?
Ooh,
If you guys want to roll a perception check, you'll probably notice that shortly after the echo of your banging stops, the rope will go slack.
Oh, I got 6. Oh, you want dice?
No, they are.
18 for Kiki.
Okay, so Kiki, as you're looking down the corridor, you can see what appears to be a fire elemental coming through the passageway towards you.
That's random.
Oh. Hey guys, we might have friends coming up.
It is basically squeezing through the passageway, so you don't think you could actually get past it without catching a light.
Yeah. Did anyone know how to speak elemental? I've seen these forest elementals before, but this one's got fire on it, and I've never seen a fire one before, and I think it might be hurtful. And anyone can help here, please?
Hang on.
Stay calm, Kiki. You are a tough cleric of the father-son. Keep it together.
Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, no, I don't.
Deep breath.
Wait, you have... Have you
It may
awakened
sound like we're
Wave?
desperate back here, but we're just having a short
I
discussion.
believe so.
Okay. Well, I'll stand at the front with my shield ready, just in case it comes this way.
Has Stefan awakened Wave?
Martin?
Yes.
Yeah. So just aware, so Dimitri, having put in his piton,
He's standing on it.
given himself the place to stand, then he's pulled his potion of gaseous form out of his pack,
If it's
and he's going to drink his potion of gaseous form.
non-pass-through barrier thing.
So that then he'll start to do a bit of an exploration of the cabin underneath
I've never done it before with Wave, but I can try.
and see if it's worth going that way.
Wave has yet to tell me that's the thing, but I've seen you do it, so we'll see
Yeah.
if Wave will let me.
Considering Wave has been upgraded, I'll be able to pull up the proper Wave.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy, you are standing and getting out your potion.
Okay, yep.
Just looking up Wave.
Should I turn this fire elemental into a rabbit?
Fuck yeah.
Maybe an echidna. Something slow that we can pick up and put in a bag.
Echidnas aren't that slow.
Yeah.
Not
A
very
slow-
much.
They waddle quite aggressively.
Yeah. I found out they can swim too.
Echidnas can swim, yes.
Yeah, I saw a video of it. It was so cool. Wombats? No.
Well, wombats are rocks with legs.
They are.
They're mobile rocks.
They really are.
So, what you have been told by Wave is every time you take a penalty with it, you must spend 24 hours per penalty point underwater.
Can you breathe underwater with Whelm?
No.
You wave.
With
A
Wave,
wave,
so Wave,
sorry.
yes, Wave.
You used to be able to breathe underwater with Wave.
It's not guaranteed to give you the breathing.
Right.
Yeah, remember, the reason you're doing it is because you did a bad thing.
It basically leaves you to your own devices for that period.
Okay.
It won't actually help you again until you've done that.
Sorry, what was the
So you need-
requirement?
You've got to spend 24 hours underwater.
What? How? Okay.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Wave.
Yeah.
Very easily. All you got to do is, hey, you might be underwater right now.
So you can create a gas barrier, a non-living matter barrier, a living matter barrier, a spell barrier, all at once barrier.
Okay, but I haven't met the requirements yet, so I can't use any of
No,
them.
you can technically use it. It does say you can do that for you.
But I thought I
But
had
you know you can ask for it. It's a different question.
Can't hurt to try.
Yeah, I guess. All that happens is I start, suffocating air because I'm supposed to be breathing water for 24 hours.
Yeah, so I'll get some water.
I've got
for
some
you
water down
downstairs.
there.
Okay, I guess I'll give it a go.
Okay, what do you want to actually stop?
We wanted the physical.
You can stop gas, which is good when there's explosive gas in the air. You can stop non-living matter barrier, which does nothing to the elemental. Of course, there's a 20% chance of screwing you over. Then there's you stopping living matter with a 30% chance of screwing you over.
Okay.
You can stop spells with a 40% chance of screwing you over. Or you can stop everything with 50% chance of screwing you over.
I miss
Wow.
old wave.
That's really.
Shall I just turn it
It
into
actually
a,
has more power though.
Shall I try turning it into a sloth?
Try that first.
So it's now is officially a thing, and it gives you a 40% chance of screwing you over to give you water breathing for a certain amount of time. Which means that if you activate water breathing first, and then it gives you the penalty, it won't help you again until after you spent 24 hours underwater.
And water breathing lasts for 23 hours.
Quite possibly.
Don't even start.
He could probably hold his breath.
But the thing is, if he then has a second penalty for the item, it's 48 hours underwater. The penalty for the item is it keeps adding 24 hours every time.
Can you send me the rules for
Uh,
if you've updated it?
Don't think they're published yet.
but it's sort of in the middle of being. It actually comes out tomorrow,
No, that's okay.
which is actually what I'm using.
Can I use the old rules?
You can use the old rules until tomorrow.
Use it while it lasts.
Yep.
Okay, so every time you get a penalty, it ages you 10 years.
Whoa!
You decided not to get turned into a dwarf first, which was the agreement you made with it. So it treats you as if you're a dwarf.
Okay.
Otherwise, it turns you into a dwarf, giving you the extra long lifespan, and then ages you 10 years.
So how far away is this elemental duty?
He is.
Probably right at the back of Kiki at the moment.
He's behind Kiki, coming towards Kiki.
The package that we took to get to the helter skelter wasn't that long.
No, but if
no,
Kiki's at the
I'm
back,
trying
then
to.
it's what?
Yeah, I'm trying to shield the.
One
Try to
person
turn
plus
around,
three people,
shield up,
so
and
it's
try to aim it at the elemental. So try with a mace out. So
So, Kiki, do you have any spells that can nullify the elemental?
Kiki will be fighting with disadvantage if you're fighting the creature because you are squeezed.
okay, I do have banishment, but that's a 4th level spell.
It sounds. I reckon it's worth it if it'll work.
Banishment, I think, gets rid of for good. It does for a period of time, I believe.
And
So,
And I can make it feel bad, so it has a penalty on the
there you go.
saving throw.
Send one creature to another plane existence must succeed a charisma saving throw or be banished.
Send it to the plane of water.
That's my last resort. If you,
I reckon
once
do it.
yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
It's probably going to be hard for others to support you at the moment because
Well,
there's not a lot they can see through through a 3 foot wide diamond
because
passage.
because
Okay, well,
they're
I'll-
all larger
I'll
than
figure-
me, I can move up close and
You
really
move around
dent
them.
its confidence, saying, "You're shit. You should have been a water elemental. You're a crappy fire elemental. Here, have a D8 penalty on your saving throw."
Okay.
What's its
Okay.
DC, Kiki?
Well, it'd be my
Does
DC.
your
which
bad vibes give it any DCs to save that?
I know. I just cutting words gives it a D8 penalty. On
Do
its
you have
save.
to actually hit it though?
No, I
You
just
could have a
to-
save
I just
against
have to
your
really
cutting
be
word.
really mean to it as a reaction on his action.
Okay. So
Okay.
there's no saving throw against your thing.
Just says when a creature, as long as it's within 60 feet, makes an attack roll and ability check Or a oh,
Doesn't
So it
work
doesn't work
on
for
saving
shade.
throws.
damn it.
That's why I thought I'd ask, because that would have been a bit broken.
Okay, it's a Charisma 15 DC 15 check for
First
my
time ever
banishment.
tried
So
using
DC 15.
Hang on.
Well, hang on. Do you want me to re-roll? I can do that.
Just confirming that it is 15 because it's a level 4 spell, unless it changes the DC.
DC does not change based on level.
Cool. I'm just trying to double check. 15 it is, yeah.
15 it is. Okay, and boop, it disappears.
Well done.
I'll send it to the plane of water because I'm a.
Do you actually get to pick the plane, or do you just send it home?
It says here. Hold music, thank you. To another plane of existence. Yeah. If the plane is native plane of existence you're on, you can banish the target to a harmless demi-plane while there the target is incapacitated. And it lasts for 1 minute.
Looks like it goes back to its home plane.
Was it from
Thank
us?
you,
What
Mark.
the fuck?
So it disappears.
It just makes it disappear for a minute.
Bink,
in
it's gone.
Its fire plane.
You've got a minute, and you can see the stone dripping from where it was pushing through.
Oh, that's the spell that Payne used, and then was stuck in that other realm doing paperwork for 100 years.
Yep.
That was a good time.
Okay, that's my first spell use today. Okay.
Okay, so yes.
Oh, you cast light.
There for that?
The elf thing.
Apparently
Lights
something
are
big,
canceled,
wasn't
it's
it?
okay.
Okay, so now we're going to switch over to Nasty for a moment. Apparently,
Hi.
you hear someone chanting next to you, and a big fire creature appear about 20 feet away from them and start going down the corridor towards something else.
That was actually kind of cool, dude. How'd you do that?
He looks at you and he jabbers something lyrical at you again.
Can you just speak in like a proper language? Like, I don't mean to be rude, but
He squints at
Wow.
you and then grunts at you.
I mean that's better.
In various
Like-
grunts and growls.
Can I start grunting back? Like, try and work
Sure.
on some sort of...
Give me
Dean?
a diplomacy roll.
Martin,
Yep, natural 20.
do you want a photo?
If you say it's a natural 20, I'll believe you.
It's a natural 20. It's a
Because
natural...
there was a very nice gasp there. Okay, apparently he really liked what you said and he gives you a passionate kiss.
Wow.
I mean, it's a start.
That's well done.
Yeah.
I thought I'll be the one to get one tonight, but anyway, there you go.
Yes, the international language of love.
Apparently you said the right words. You said it perfectly.
Okay, cool.
Might not be what you intended, but you seem to have gotten his affections.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a start. It means he's not going to try and kill me now. So
And then he picks you up under his arm and starts heading off down the passageway.
Yes.
Away
That's-
from the light.
that's
I
all
love
right.
him and hug him and call him George.
George is okay with this. Cool.
If we come back to us, Martin, I'm going to say, guys, we've got 1 minute before my return. Let's get our ass moving. And it's the only time you've heard Kiki talk like that. So.
Okay, so back to the others. You've got molten rock down one passageway that you came through, and a big spiral down another. The other end.
And the rope's gone slack.
And the rope has gone slack. Dimitri's disappeared.
Do we go back or do we go forward?
We got to. Do we know there's water?
No.
Right.
I yell out, go, hey, guys, I've got this spell that means I can talk to Dimitri and he can talk back. Do you want me to cast it?
Yes.
Okay.
So you cast
And
the spell.
I can't send him.
And Dimitri, I believe you have taken the gaseous form potion at this stage?
I have.
Yep.
You
Oh,
dick.
shit.
He had actually said this earlier.
I know, but it's like, okay.
Dimitri's
Well, we wouldn't know-
gone. He doesn't respond. He's not responding to your messages.
The rope's gone slack and Dimitri can't hear you.
Dimitri's dead. Damn it, our not leader is dead.
And I go, oh, no, Dimitri's not answering. Something must be wrong, guys.
Well, you can go down the rope and find out.
Well, I go down the rope. Who's holding it?
No one, because it's been
You're
taking
stuck with
place.
Bitten now.
Oh,
Can we?
so I'm sliding down, am I, or not?
Okay, you start sliding down the rope. Give me a athletics check.
Yeah, with a +0. Ooh, this could be fun.
Hey, that's better than my -1.
17. Well then. Yeah.
Okay, so you manage to grab the end before you fall through, and you find yourself surrounded in a gas cloud.
No, because I was going down to explore the chamber.
I was teasing him.
I know. And
And
do
you
I
can't see
do I see? I got dark
You
vision.
can see water below you, but not much
Do you know-
else.
Do you know how deep it is at all? Can I see that at all? Not really.
You can see a black shimmering surface below you. Remember, you don't see colours. You see
I know.
black and white.
I'm going. Well,
You can cast light though.
Can, yes, but has to cast it on something. You just can't cast it on the open space.
I've got. I'm looking at my backpack. I gotta hang on to things too. I'm gonna go. Please, Father, Son, save me, and I let go of the rope and drop into the water. So-
Okay. And with you dropping into the water, what is everyone else going to do? You hear a splash. Echo up the hole.
So we killed this elemental behind. Well, no, we didn't kill it. The
You
elemental
delayed it a
disappears.
minute.
Yeah.
And I believe the Kiki did tell you that it was only a minute.
I'm
Yes.
happy to go down the rope as well.
Okay.
So you go next.
Yeah.
Okay, you start sliding down the rope. Give me a athletics roll.
13.
Okay, you stop at the end.
Okay.
You can see there's ripples below where Kiki hit the water.
Has Kiki come back up?
Not yet.
You've all clicked on a pit and you can stand on.
Yeah, well, I'm happy. Yeah, if there's a way to step to the side, so there's.
Or
Give me a perception
potentially, if you roll more than
Perception.
1 on your perception, you might have something to stand on as well.
13.
13. Okay, you can see the pitten and you can see Kiki bobbing up probably about 40 feet from where she hit the water.
Okay, is it safe? Kiki?
I'll go.
Is it safe?
It's water's there. I'm gonna try to get out quickly. So
All
just
right,
give me
well,
a
I'll
second.
call upstairs.
Mhm.
So, would I be right in saying they could slide down and hit the water? You can slide down and go into some water. That should be good against the fire elemental.
Okay.
Please, after you.
You've shouted that up.
I'll
the-
slide down.
Yeah.
Upon hearing that, I'll slide down and
Yep.
go after Kiki.
Yep.
Oh, am I out of the way?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you said you got it out of the way.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
well-
So-
You actually said that.
I was going to say, yeah, you want to be careful. If they slide all the way, they might get a bit of momentum and go round the wall and go down to the
They
pit.
want to kind of undo.
Okay, so you come
lose all
you
of
come
it.
sliding out into the space and have this nice land into some soft water. Splash! You make the biggest splash yet. I say 10 points to you.
How deep is the water? Have they found that yet?
Not yet.
Easy love.
How good are people at swimming?
Unfortunately, I think Nashi's getting that one more than anyone else.
Jeremy, shush.
By the way, Jeremy, incredibly well.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Okay, so that leaves just Raya and Playman, I believe. Yes, it is just Raya and Playman.
I'd like to go down halfway and put another piton in, if possible, and just quickly wrap the rope around a little bit, if possible.
Sure, give me athletics roll.
As long as it takes less than a minute.
That's
Nice.
a...
Because I was going to say, can we bring the rope
16?
down with us so that it doesn't get.
Okay,
burnt
you manage
by
to
the
stop about
elemental?
halfway
We're doing that.
and then pull out your hammer and start going. Boonk, boonk, boonk. Give me a strength roll.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, wrong one. That's not very good. How many rerolls do we have?
You have one.
Oh, fuck.
Go on, take it.
Fine.
I'm not going to screw up. Wow.
To make it happen.
I probably won't screw up going down there.
Can't see
It's
that.
lucky.
That's
Nice.
much better. That's a 19.
Okay, so first time it's a glancing blow and then you manage to hit it soundly.
Yep.
And you hear a crack as it goes in.
Okay.
I don't like hearing cracks in underground mines.
Not really, but
What are you going to do?
I'll just wrap the rope around it and continue going down.
Yep.
And that way, at least if you mess up, something will stop
So
you at fall
you're gonna
halfway.
go sliding down now. You
Before
grab the rope.
that,
Yeah.
Blyman unties the rope from the pitten,
Yep.
and
Okay. Give me a athletics roll.
am I still got the thing?
Has it been an hour since?
Not yet. You still got the thing. You
And I
still got the
haven't-
touch.
I haven't taken any damage, so I'm still concentrating.
Oh, quite a bit. 22 without looking at the benefits.
Okay, so you go sliding down, and about halfway down, you take 3 points of slashing damage as you hit a pin sticking out of the wall.
That's okay.
So you feel it rip up your leg.
Yeah, can I grab onto it
Oh, you can.
to stop?
You can. It will just get yank. Oh.
That's okay.
And then you see this whoosh as this bright
Actually, two things.
flaming light appears above you.
One, you couldn't actually feed the rope through the pitten.
No, you wrapped it round.
I
Oh,
just,
you
I
wrapped
just
it
wrapped
round,
it
Wrapped
around.
the turn.
Ah, cool.
I just tried to
Yep,
hope
sorry,
that
you
if
did.
in
Yeah,
case
you
you
did
missed
say
it,
that.
you'd have a
Yep.
anchor point. I wasn't
Um,
expecting you to actually kill yourself with it.
that's only 3 hit points, man. I got more. I got so many more where that came from. I'll unwrap it and go back down. And
I
keep
mean, that hasn't even used the temporary you gave him.
What?
Oh,
He hasn't gone
yeah.
into the temporary you gave him yet.
That's right.
He hasn't gone
Oh,
past
yeah,
that.
that's true.
Okay, and then you continue sliding. As you're sliding down, you can feel a bit warmer. As you're racing the liquid drops coming down from above.
Right. So, in that case, as I'm sliding, I'm also reeling in the rope. And I'm not going to stop myself at the bottom.
Okay. And you go out backwards, out of the hole.
Yep.
Looking up, seeing this river of flame coming down towards you.
Shit!
As it's
No, I know
basically
you're kidding.
it's basically melting all the sides of the wall and just letting it drip down the tunnel.
Right. So when I land in the water, I'm going to keep going down,
Yep.
swimming down, while also somehow dragging the rope with me. This couldn't go wrong at all, could it?
No.
Okay, so so everyone sees Flaming go down for splash. With seconds later, a river of flame just comes into the room,
And I will, instead of doing the...
and it lights up the room quite nicely.
Fantastic. Instead of doing the ridiculous trying to go... When the tree falls, people try and...
Right under the
run
tree,
away. Of course, I'm just going to...
run to the side.
Yeah.
Had Willie gone down into the water?
I was at the edge of the thing. This might be my cue to jump in the water myself.
I was thinking that, yeah, unless you
Happy to
found the
jump in.
legs that...
I think
Unless you found the legs that...
if I see the fiery glow coming, I'm happy to jump in.
Yep.
Just imagining how ridiculous this looks like. A human in leather armor with basically no shirt on. Oh, that friction burns.
Yep.
Just tear-assing down, holding like fucking...
Piles of rope.
200 foot of rope.
Yeah, 200 foot of rope, while trying to reel more in. Just like screaming off the edge of a thing and just... Yeah!
It's pretty good.
I dig it.
Okay, so as you get up, pokes head out of the water, you see the flame coming down. You can see the edges of this lake. 3 sides of the lake have stone chasm. One side of the lake has a big open space, which what looks like to be a fairly large-sized town. And probably about maybe 5,000 odd people there, all staring in your direction.
When you say people...
Orcs. Purple orcs.
I have a feeling we're going to find out the orcs aren't the bad guys.
And this would probably be a good point for us to stop for the night.
I'd like to clarify that thinking they're not the bad guys is why I didn't stab them for the start for once.
This doesn't sound like nasty stuff.
I'm so surprised by your character there.
Well, Nasty's just
So
got a
gross.
new love interest, so he's happy.
Fair enough.
Oh, has he? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh,
I don't think Nasty knows that either.
Well, you did
Okay.
He
romance
spoke the
the orc.
international language.
And so,
Okay.
Nasty, the last thing you see is you've been led into a cavern where you can see flame raining down from the ceiling and your friends bobbing in the lake below it.
Great.
We come in peace.
Truth.
And so I'll put it on stop, and then if you want to chat afterwards, we can. They'll do the end scenes.
thanks, Martin.
All good.